And we are live, I think. Yes, I know how to do the stream thing. I've been doing it for a while. All right, gentlemen, welcome back. How's everybody's life going? We don't normally do banter questions, and I'm not going to do a proper banter question, but there's a slight change of pace. Why don't we just, say how everything's going? How's everybody's life going? We'll start with Rex.
Wait, I gotta go first. Busy every day. Kids, and did some woodworking with a buddy out in the sun today and covered myself in polyurethane. That was an amazing time. I don't recommend it to anybody.
I love it was an amazing time. I don't recommend it. I relate to that.
Yeah. I had a great time. I learned some things. One, don't spray tiny little woodworking things with a giant, house-sized air sprayer upside down. It's a stupid idea, even though you think you're cool. Yeah, don't do that.
Okay. You doing tiny woodworking things, or are you doing furniture?
Tiny. Putting little trays together, handheld little trays. So put both of your fists together. It's about the size of both of your fists put together.
That's cool.
Not huge, but we're doing a lot of them. So we were like, man, we'll just get this big air sprayer and spray all of them down at once. That was a stupid idea. We shouldn't have done it that way.
God, if only you knew somebody who had an airbrush or something that could use polyurethane. On that note, Thodubs, how was your time?
Airbrush, poly. I have something like that, I think. Things were going good for me. I decided to head off to Myrtle Beach this past week, celebrate my 25th wedding anniversary. So
congratulations.
That was fun. Thank you very much. It was nice to get out of the office and do a whole lot of nothing, which was really good. And of course, when I get back, I got the honey-do list and all kinds of things to take care of. So,
because obviously you were off, on vacation.
That's right. So everything got kind of delayed, but yeah. So now that I'm back, everything's going good. So I'm kind of rested up and ready to get to play in and get back to life, I guess.
Ghost, how's your life going?
Like the rest of you, I'm extremely busy. Life, kids, stuff like that. Today I painted a ceiling.
Oh no, that's the worst, though.
It is pretty bad. I had my wife hold the paint cup just so I wouldn't have to make trips up and down the ladder. That's teamwork for you.
Mm-hmm.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
My teamwork in that situation, and one of the things I love about my fiance Allie, is we would look at that situation and say, our teamwork is we work hard for our money, let's pay somebody to do this.
Yeah. I probably should at some point do that, but until my back is broken, I think I'm just gonna keep painting.
Kizik, what about you? Also, how's the sound check?
Everybody sounds good. I went to three different people's houses today. They were my in-law sister, my in-law mother, and then a person who lives 6 houses away who's retiring. And I interacted with more than 5 people, and it was too many.
That's so relatable.
I have a question.
But I'm really
for you guys,
excited to be with you guys right now.
I'm in a situation with the state police, and I could use some advice. I got a ticket for not having a state inspection sticker. It has been a couple days. I've looked online to pay the ticket because, of course, I don't have an inspection. It's totally my fault. I'll pay it. However, out of the 60 to 80 people he pulled over on that day that have the same court date and time as me, I am not among them. And would you, in my stead, call the
county clerk's office,
courthouse, and be like, hey, has there been some sort of, terrible mistake, and I do actually need to pay this hundreds of dollars? Or would you stay the fuck quiet?
I would call the county.
What's the right thing?
I would call the county clerk's office, because if he's made a mistake and hasn't filed the ticket, then they're not going to magically say, "Oh, well, you have a ticket." They're not going to do that. But what will happen is, if the mistake is that you didn't get alerted to it, but you're on the docket and you're supposed to be there, they will say you still have a ticket with a summons on it. You should have been there.
That's true. Yeah.
So
okay. Good point.
that's my advice.
I'll show up for court.
Yeah. I also find that as long as, and I know how charming you can be, so as long as you're very nice to the county clerk lady, they've always been very helpful to me. So I don't think
persuasion.
Yeah, I don't think you can go wrong by calling up, being polite, turn on the charm, and worst case scenario, they're in a crotchety mood. Like it's what do you got to lose?
I'll still have to pay it no matter what.
Well, that's interesting stuff. As you guys know, I took a nap today instead of being a good boy and prepping for this tabletop. I do have a storyline sketched out, but I don't have any special maps for it, so it'll be a lot of Theater of the Mind today. Luckily, at least the first half of what I have planned, hopefully it takes half, and it might not, is on the sub. So I already have a map, which is cool. It also means that we are going to do things slightly different. Normally we do a quick recap, and we're not going to do exactly that today. Today's a little bit different. That's why I didn't go do our round table as normal. And the reason for that is because last episode was so good, you guys should just go watch it if you're on the VOD and you want to know what happened. It was pretty good. And what I am going to do is have sort of something actually I'm stealing from Ghost in a way. He likes to do this like magical flyover thing where he kind of visits important people, places, and events to set the scene for the beginning of an episode. And I am going to go through each character's perspective of where they're at the start of this episode. And the reason I'm pointing that out to you guys in advance is because you're going to be tempted to say, "Oh, well, my character does blah," because I'm going to be presenting you with the situation. However, until I'm done with everyone's introduction, if you could please just hold your questions and actions until the end. That way I don't get sidetracked and forget to do somebody's intro. Everybody good with that?
Roger. Understood.
Excellent. I am going to start with Hylar. I'm going to grab your tokens as we go through here first. So the scene is the submarine is underwater, and moving cruise and steady away from the site of the salvage that you guys just did. It is the night of the last session. So you guys are just freshly back on the boat. And Hylar is taking a shift on the bridge. Hylar's shift on the bridge is with Jill and Crystal. And what they're doing, because the boat basically drives itself when it's in cruise mode, they are running combat simulations. They're taking turns in each seat and just running it in training mode and simulating doing things like firing the torpedoes and evading things, or trying to get this tug to run as quietly as possible, because as I said, this isn't really built as a warship. So while we think of submarines as being a very stealthy thing, this is more of a functional submarine than a stealthy warship. So it takes a lot of work to try to make it move quietly. And as the scene settles in on the bridge, we scroll through and we see Jill is sitting in the command chair, and Crystal's on sensors, and Crystal's locked a target in the training mode, and she passes that info over to Hylar, who's standing at the torpedo station, and Hylar smashes the torpedo launch button, and the whole ship jerks in real life, and everyone goes, "Oh shit," in the thinking that he just launched a real torpedo. Around that time, the engineering console runs out of training mode, like the training mode side just disables. That's where Crystal's sitting, and all sorts of check valve emergency pipes come open on the main props, the main drive shafts for the props, and all the lubricant is flying out of the props. So basically the lubricant pans for those props Their check valves are now open, and they're spilling their lubricant into the engineering section, and a grinding noise that can be heard throughout the entire ship, and a shudder throughout the entire ship happens. Now, Hylar did not fire a torpedo. It's just serendipitous timing that he happened to hit that button as this emergency starts happening. But it is jarring because what the f is going on is sort of the whole area on the bridge. Around that time, we'll come down to the medical bay. In the medical bay, the BWOP Bralix is in the auto dock. He's about 75% healed for being in there. Whatever number of hit points you were able to recover last time, you have recovered them, even though we're going to say you still have some, auto docking to do, because it was supposed to be 24-hour stay. So the BWOP is in the low berth, and periodically the low berth wakes Bralix up and makes him go through hand-eye coordination things. Basically, it makes him run through a series of tests to make sure that he's not suffering from brain damage, that that he's okay, and then it sedates him again. So Bralix is running through all of these tests in the middle of the auto dock cycle. Bralix has been having terrible nightmares about all the things that could happen, because he knows, even though he has not explained to any of the rest of the party or had any conversations with anyone, he's worried he's got some sort of cyber infection from this tablet he had. And he's been just having terrible nightmares about it. As he's running through these checks, he looks out and he can see in the reflection off one of the clear panels, the surgical bed where O-Dubs' character Garrett is still laid out in the surgical bed under, observation. And hold on, I have something for this. There is the beeps, the sweeps, and the creeps from Garrett's medical bed. And right as he glances across the medical monitor that has the sweeps for Garrett's stuff, he sees the red line of symbols that he recognizes them from when he was infected, but he still can't read or decipher what they mean. And right as he sees that, he hears the autodoc say, "Diagnostic complete. Administering anesthesia." And then Bralix's vision fades to black.
No. Oh, fuck.
Okay. Garrett, sleeping peacefully after a incredible surgery done by Hylar, has more or less stitched and stapled him back together, is being mended and is under incredible doctor's care. And every time he wakes up for the prescribed injection that the bed gives him automatically of painkillers to keep him from feeling the full effect of his horrific experience, he glances up at the medical monitor and basically can see his own status. In this moment, he looks up at the medical monitor and he sees that red script come across and feels this incredible sharp pain in his chest. And then he sees the medical monitor flip to warning, cardiac arrest. And that's when the screaming sound of the engine props starts flooding throughout the ship. Garrett knows he's having a heart attack because he's seen it on the medical bay's screen. But is in this bed and in extraordinary pain. And we're going to come back to him in just a minute. Marcus is in the bunk room. Marcus is recovering in his bunk. He was the best off, and there was a limited medical facility availability, so Hylar basically triaged that Marcus would need to recover on his own, at least for the time being. So he is wounded and laying in bed, trying his best to convalesce, but God, it hurts. and he's just swung his feet out of bed to go take another dose of painkillers to try to get some sleep, when this incredible grinding and shaking vibrates throughout the entire ship. Now, because the party members may not immediately wake Braylex up, Kizik, I will allow you to play as Jasper, who is also sleeping in one of these bunks, if you would like to. You do not have to, but you can pick any of the NPCs and drive them if you would like to during this event, up until they decide to wake you up. Because there's no guarantee that they're going to rush down there and just wake you up, and I don't want you to be left out. It is also up to you how you want to approach this. But we are going to swing back to the bridge, and all these events happen as described. We are going to start with Hylar.
Oh shit! Did I do that? Oh, no. No, we're still in.
Jill's like, what the hell is going on? That's not a training mode. Oh my god, the whole boat's shaking and it's vibrating wildly. And then you hear Crystal say, the engineering's saying something about check valves on the props. What do I do? And you hear Jill say, shut all the engines off. And Crystal's just slapping buttons to off. She's not an engineer. Hylar actually has more experience with this than she does, although he may not have much more. And she just starts trying to shut everything off. And then her console dies. The vibration's still careening throughout the ship.
All right, I'm gonna get down to engineering. Jill, try to shut everything down.
Yeah. She's gonna run over to a manual breaker panel and start trying to cut stuff off. And you're gonna head downstairs?
I am.
That's gonna take more than 6 seconds. So we're gonna go to... I'm gonna go to Marcus next.
I'm gonna jump out of my rack here, and I guess the closest thing is the bridge, and try and figure out what's going on. So I'm gonna head towards the bridge.
Okay. Okay. So you are gonna intercept Hylar coming out of the bridge as you're going into the bridge.
Marcus, shit's fucked.
Where?
I think engineering, everything's shutting down. We're losing power, and something's wrong with the props, I think.
Okay, let's go.
Together, we start running down the hall.
Which will also take more than 6 seconds. All right, now we're going to get to the really fun one. Garrett, you have woken up, and you are having a heart attack. And you're in extraordinary pain, and you're in this surgical bed, and you can see the monitor saying that you're having a heart attack. The dim lights of the med bay are lit up enough that you can see your surroundings, but the full lights are not on. What do you do?
Well, I'm panicking. I am definitely panicking. I'm having a heart attack. The machine is saying I'm having some problems. I'm getting a lot of anxiety and stress from this whole situation. Gosh, what do I do? What do I do? I'm just having issues thinking and looking around. I look at the machines to see if there's something that the machine can do to help me.
Okay. Something the machine can do to help you. There isn't an easy button. That's definitely not a thing. It is showing your status. It is showing that not only are you in cardiac arrest, but all the numbers are going into the wrong spots, and they are going quickly. And
I'm looking for some type of intercom button then, something that I can call out for help.
There's an intercom button by the door.
Okay, so I am just... How far away is the door?
Under normal circumstances, it wouldn't be that far, but you're like IV'd into a bed, and you're having a heart attack.
Okay, so I'm having a heart attack. This machine is not going to help me. I need help now. I need to get a hold of Hylar. I need somebody to help me out. So I am actually going to start pulling out some IVs, and I'm going to fall to the floor and start making my way, crawling to the floor to hit the intercom button.
Okay. At your current endurance level, which I know is not maxed out because you took some hits, Give me a endurance athletics roll.
Okay, I still have so I've got an 8.
Okay, so you just make it. You like at the end of you would have made it regardless, but you make it this round, which is important. And you hit the emergency call button that basically will summon everyone in the boat because you don't have time for any specific bullshit. And as soon as you hit the button, you hear something that sends a chill through your spine, even over top of the heart attack. And instead of it saying little beep boop thing that says it's ready to call, it makes the sound that one of the Unity troopers makes when they scream.
My gosh, great! What the?
And the
hell is
intercom
that?
does not work.
So where's the sound coming from?
So the intercom makes the sound. What I mean is you cannot use the intercom to call anyone. It is not functioning
Gotcha.
for you.
Oh, great. Okay, so I'm gonna look around.
Well, that's going to be the end of your 6-second round, but we are going to come back to you, so give it a thought. Okay, Kizik, would you like to play one of the NPCs, and have you figured out which one?
I'm gonna go with Jasper,
Okay, Jasper would have been
special agent.
Jasper would have been in there when Marcus ran out, and when all this started, it would have woken him up too.
Jasper goes, "Hey, Marcus, what's it?" And then Marcus just boop out the door. Jasper rolls quickly out the door, takes the left, then goes, "Oh no, the captain's to the right." Then goes this way and knocks on the captain's door.
She would go to knock on the captain's door, and she would have been in full uniform. Day uniform, not like a formal one. Opening the door before he even knocks, going, "What the hell is going on?"
I don't know. The whole ship rocked.
Oh my god, that sound, that's the engines. We've got to go shut the engines down. And she runs past Jasper towards the bridge.
Jasper hears engines and starts running to the engines room.
Okay. Her instinct, of course, is to use the controls in the bridge, but she doesn't know all of the things the rest of you know. Although Jasper wouldn't know that either. All right. That brings us full circle back to Hylar. Hylar and Marcus are traveling together, so we can do this as a group if you want.
Yeah, we're going to hightail it, because I'm a cat, to the engine room.
Okay.
As fast as we can.
Yep.
Engineering.
That's why I took the rest of your last turn. You're there. So you get down to the engine room, you burst through the main doors, and so it's exactly what the computer described. There are 2 main shafts that run to the props, or the screws, or whatever you want to call them, on the back of the boat. And they have pans of lubrication that keep them from seizing up. And they're attached to electric motors. The electric motors are in full tilt military speed. All of the check valves for the lubricant pans are open, and they're spraying like a super soaker the lubricant out, which is obviously now drained to a critical level because those shafts are now grinding against their casings, and the engines are not slowing down. They're making an incredible noise. It will be difficult to hear each other speak in here for the noise that's being made.
Grab Eller's shoulder and while screaming, they probably can't hear me. I'm pointing at the electrical motors and giving him the hand across the throat, kill it gesture. And then I'm gonna go to the motors to see if there's an emergency shut off, big red button, or because I need a big red button.
Okay. Give me a submariner roll, and same thing for Hylar. If what you want to do is go try to cut off one of these motors.
That goes with intellect or wisdom.
Technically, it goes with education.
Oh, sorry, education. Wrong game system. Yeah, but the same.
I'm sorry. This is it's a runaway engine kind of thing, but it's an electric engine that powers these.
Yes, so there's a fuel generator that runs on liquid hydrogen, and that fuel generator provides electricity to electric motors that push the boat. So, do you want to take a different approach rather than just trying to cut the motors off? You are more than welcome to do that.
So, does it still need air to combust the hydrogen-fueled motor?
The great part about the liquid hydrogen is this particular type of fuel includes an oxidizer.
All right, I'm going to cut fuel. Hydrogen, I'm going to cut the system of its fuel so that the generator dies and therefore the power supply to the engines dies.
Okay. There are 2 generators, a primary and a backup. They will have to be done separately, but you can do that. Roll the Submariner.
Roger, roger.
X.
And we have a 0 in that now, right?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And then is it an education? It's probably an intellect, right?
It's education.
So, oh, okay. I got a 10. 9 plus 1.
Fuck yes. Man, if you'd gotten that critical, I would have let you cut both off. But, with a 10, you got a little bit of extra leeway. You can help Marcus if he fails his check. Did Marcus pass his check?
Nope, I got a 6.
Okay, well, with a 10, he did well enough that you can still manage to cut off. I'll tell you what, I'll let you do. You can turn around, see he's cutting off the generator, and go, oh shit, the backup generator's over here. And you can cut that off if you would like.
That sounds like an amazing idea.
You cut off the backup generator by flipping the breaker, which is the fastest way to cut it off. Flipping the breaker also disconnects the batteries, and the entire engine room is plunged into pitch black.
Yes.
Okay. Garrett. Intercom's not working.
Okay, out of total gut reflex here, I'm going to hit it one more time.
Okay.
Just because I'm not thinking clearly.
That's a free
and I'm just
action.
gonna hit it again.
I'm also going to say that during this turn, the middle of this turn, the main lighting is going to go out and the red emergency lighting is going to be the only thing left on. So work that into your turn. What are you going to do after you instinctually hit the button again in frustration?
Okay, I am just now, I don't know where this button is. I assume it's next to the door.
It is next to the door, yes.
Okay, I'm crawling. I'm looking around the room for any type of emergency button. Because I'm something other than the intercom button to see if there's some kind of panic button or something like that next to the beds or low berths or auto dock or something.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
And a 6.
You don't have any ranks in intellect or recon?
Oh, sorry. No, I don't. Recon's a 0. Intellect is 0.
Okay. So you do not find that button. You eyes sweep over the room. And there's medical supplies, there's a medical bed, there's the auto dock. There's no easy button there, and there is no power now because the lights have shut off into emergency mode. So like even the little beep beep consoles, they're gone. Like everything's off in here. The only things that seem to still have power are the emergency lights. The auto dock is running on emergency backup, and your surgical bed still has a couple of like emergency lights on the bottom. So if you were still in it, it would still be trying to like pump your IV and everything.
Gotcha. I'm actually going to crawl my way through the door and try the intercom button on the outside of the door.
So you're not going to do that for 2 reasons. Number 1, we're at the end of your turn. Number 2, the door is locked, and you can, as a free action, find that out. You cannot get out of this room.
Gotcha. Thanks.
Okay. Kizik, what does Jasper do?
Jasper made it down there, sees that the engine room has gone dark, counts everybody, and then
Counts everybody.
I don't. Oh no, it's dark, so we can't see anything.
Yeah. Also, no metagaming.
Sees Hylar and Marcus. And he goes, how can I help?
We need lights. Is it red in here, or is it just dark in here?
So by the end of this turn, so during this turn is when the lights go out. So if he ran down here, because we're all in the same 6 seconds. So you guys,
Right.
like, he would have gotten to the engine room as you guys were flipping the breaker and cutting it off. Like, it all happens in situ. He doesn't come in after you guys.
Okay, I'm tracking.
So he would have been in there when the lights went out.
He's a special trooper guy. Does he have a flashlight on his person? He's always ready, always prepared.
Roll luck roll.
That's a 9.
He has a flashlight.
Lights go out and he goes, "Oh, flashlights." Then he maybe he's got a glow stick too. Gets the flashlight, looks around. It's now quieter.
Yes, it is very, very
Everything's
quiet
off.
because there's been a deafening noise, and now the props, because of inertia, they're slowly grinding to a halt, but they're making a lot less noise.
He as the special trooper got the lights, like making sure everybody's okay in here. Just wants to like take that breath and like assess threats. He's ready to fight.
Okay. Well, I think you've probably worn out 6 seconds worth. Okay. We're going to go back to the top. Hylar, the lights are off. There's a guy with a flashlight in here, so you have a little bit of light. And after a heartbeat of pitch black in the engine room minus this flashlight, the emergency red lights click on, and the engineering terminals start rebooting on emergency batteries. They have their own, because it's a vital system. The engineering terminals have their own batteries, but they are rebooting because they lost main power.
All right, and as a medic, I would know that the auto dock has a battery backup.
In the end, the surgical bed has a battery backup.
Okay.
I look around to see if I can isolate where the hydraulic fluid was escaping from. Was it like a punctured?
So all the inspection valves for all of the props are locked in the open position.
What, like sabotage?
Hmm. Okay. Can I, like, are they, when you say locked in the open position, are they like physically locked, like padlocked open, kind of locked, or like locked open from a, like, because they're pneumatic and the air's locking them shutter?
So
How are they locked?
they are pneumatic butterfly valves that are electronically controlled. There is a manual override that you can engage to close them if you wish.
Yes. I will manually shut those valves.
Okay? There's a ton of them, so that's going to take... Probably, if Hylar helps you, it'll probably take both of you a round. If Hylar doesn't help you, it's going to take you a couple rounds to get them all done.
Sweet.
I'll help.
Okay. So he does one side and you do the other. You guys start getting the all of the shafts closed. Jasper, since you are in the room, I'm going to bump you up in the initiative. You see these guys working on this and closing these valves. You got your flashlight. The red emergency lights have come on. The engineering console's rebooting. What does Jasper do?
You guys got that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm gonna walk the halls then. I don't know.
Go inform the captain.
Oh yeah,
that
yeah.
all
Got it.
Of well, check to see if we have comms down here. Like if anything, intercoms still work or anything. We need to inform the captain that all of the stuff were locked. We're overridden and locked open to dump all the hydraulics. And that we have secured and shut the valves and secured the engine by tripping the breaker.
So Jasper, when you push the intercom button, same chilling screech comes over the intercom. You all recognize it. You've all heard it before.
Whoa.
And because this is the engineering console, it's a little bit more advanced than the door-to-door ones. And it's got a little screen on it, and a flash of red text and symbols you don't recognize comes across the monitor, but then disappears.
I think the system's been compromised, gentlemen.
That was Unity. I recognize that scream. And then he sprints up the stairs.
Oh, shit.
Okay, it's going to take you a whole turn to get back up there. Garrett, we're back to you. Please reduce your endurance by 1. Temporary score. What do you do?
So reducing my endurance by 1.
Yes, your temporary score. Because you're having a heart attack.
Oh, gotcha. I'm already at 0.
Okay. What is your dexterity at?
-1. So I'm at 5 and 7.
You recovered at the end of the last session. So you took 19 damage in the last session, and Hylar gave you 7 back. Did you remember to tick those 7 back towards your stats?
I did. I brought them back up. It refunded my strength, which had 11 in it.
Oh, okay. I gotcha. Okay,
And
so take 1 away from your strength.
All right, ticking away from strength, so from 11 to 10.
Yep, there we go. Okay. I was just making sure you got those hit points back, because you might be pretty effed without those hit points. Hylar got you back.
No, I did. It just that I had to put a bigger bucket.
Okay. So Garrett realizes, I'm sure at this point, that bad shit's happening. That door should not be locked. And the intercom, you recognize that sound. But your immediate concern is you can feel like whatever that last injection was, you were probably not supposed to be given that.
Okay, I was looking through the core rulebook trying to find some information on this, but the low berth that I have over here, is that occupied?
The low berth is not.
I could not find the information in the rulebooks. Maybe you can help me out. Can I put myself in the low berth?
It is an incredibly risky mechanism to do to yourself. It is possible, however, for you in an emergency situation to initiate an auto cryo berth freeze. You can basically set it like how reliable is that selfie function on your camera where you set the timer and then get in front of it? Like, you can do that and then climb into it.
Gotcha. I'm thinking that I want to do that. I need to crawl over to that low berth and try and get myself into some kind of suspended animation so that way I can at least not die.
Okay. What kind of check would that be? I'll take computers. I'll take medical. Either one of those for a check to set this thing.
Okay, we can go with computers then. So is that computers and intelligence? Is that what that is, or education?
So if it's something, it's always education if it's something that you would have been taught. Intellect comes in when it's like an alien artifact, or if it's something that there isn't an education for.
Gotcha. Okay.
Think of intelligence as intuition.
Okay, I have a 9.
All right. So you boop boop boop. You were paying attention when Angela was like, in an emergency, if you've been shot through the chest, which it feels like right now, you can do this, and you remember those buttons very vividly as you hit the buttons, and it goes initiating emergency cryo freeze, and you're all sealed up in the cryo berth. And until they wake you up, you may also jack an NPC if you would like. But for right now, we're going to go to the top of the round and go back to Hylar and Marcus, who have just finished sealing up the emergency check valves with the props.
All right, Heather, I think we got it currently ready to bring the system back up from a hydraulic perspective, but the Unity somehow has some sort of presence on board. We should go stay paired up and go check on everybody else. Have you seen Garrett or Brelix?
They were in the med bay last I, put them down. We should check on them and then probably go check on what the captain's got going on now that everything's shut down.
Yeah.
All right, med bay's over here. Let's go.
Okay.
Oh, where the guy with the flashlight left? I need a flashlight.
There's red lights on. There's emergency lights on. Although, getting a flashlight from one of the lockers would not be a terrible idea.
I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So, in a 6-second round, you guys get a flashlight, you have your conversation, you head over here. You will find the medbay door, little key code thing on it is red, and it is magnetically bolted shut, which is unusual for the infirmary. So, you can push into that, and it's going to clunk, 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 because it's locked.
That's weird that it would, without power, mag down to lock, but maybe something weird going on, Marcus. You think you can try to get this door open?
I'm going to try.
Okay. I'm gonna give you one check because you didn't say anything about managing gear. How would you like to open it?
Ooh. So it's mag locked. I would like to see if there is any accessible power panels or whatnot, and see if I can cut the power to the magnetics so that it will unlock.
Okay. I'm going to move this in the category of lockpicking. Marcus is known to have some background in lockpicking. Lockpicking is a dexterity deception check. You may also use intellect as opposed to dexterity for the characteristic. But I suspect you want to use dexterity.
We're totally using dexterity and deception. 8, 9, 10.
Ah. All right. So you're like, I've done this before. Pop, pop, pop. And Hylar's just sitting here thinking to himself, you can break into that door real easy. And next thing you know, pop, pop, and it's open. It's a lot easier when you've had time to take the lock apart.
Yeah.
Marcus, you and I should hang out more.
You walk in, red lights everywhere. Garrett's nowhere to be seen. There's blood on the floor. All the stuff is scattered around. The monitors are out on the surgical bed. And everything's thrumming. There's no sign of Garrett.
What the hell? How did he get out? The door was locked. Is Brelix's auto dock thing still going?
Yep. It's got him sedated, and it's got a light on it that says it's running on emergency backup power, and it's ticking down from its emergency backup power. It's got a week of power, and it's just got a timer going saying when it runs out of power.
Marcus, I think Brelix is safe and might actually outlive us at this point if he stays in the auto dock.
Yeah, let's find Garrett. He's got to be in here somewhere. Or he's way better picking locks than me.
Can I do a recon to try to follow blood trails and see where Garrett may have gone.
I will let you do an investigate on your next turn.
10-4.
All right. Now, Jasper, you've run up here to the bridge.
Sprint. Door opens. The Unity are in the comms. I think they're ready to maybe turn the engine room back on. But the Unity have taken over the ship. Maybe, I think they're definitely in the comms.
Kizik, one
And then
day
he looks
I want
around
to,
the room.
One day I want to dissect your brain to figure out how you make decisions. Is that okay?
Yeah. Do you need me to consent?
Yes, you've already done so. It's on stream. I got a record. So and just like the Unity's taken over. What the hell are you talking about? Are there Unity on the ship?
I pressed the comms button to reach out to you to tell you the things I just said about the thing, but instead of the comms lighting up, there was weird red symbols, and you heard the cry of the Unity, like when you shoot a.
She cocks an eyebrow. She's like,
troopers.
"The ship has a virus, you dumbass." And then she turns around and she's like, "Jill, are you done pulling those breakers yet?" And Jill's like, "I've almost got them." And she's like, "We're rebooting the bridge. The engines need to stay offline unless you have a way of magically getting all that fluid lubrication back into the props. Tell the two guys down in engineering to very slowly start putting pressure back into the ballast tanks. We need to surface. Very slowly and at the same time.
Slowly, balanced, ballasts. Got it." And then he turns around and sprints away.
Okay. Garrett, do you want to drive an NPC, or are you content to... You think they'll find you any second?
I think they're going to find me soon. If not, I definitely will grab an NPC, but I am curious to see what they're going to do, which I don't think should be much longer.
I was about to say, let's just go ahead and give them an opportunity, and then you can decide. All right. Now, how'd that investigation roll go, Mr. Ghost?
I waited to roll it. Give me a second.
All good.
So, Dubs, I'm going to use your dice.
He's like, anyone but my dice. Maybe not Thodubs' dice, though.
Oh, buddy. Your dice suck.
They were booby trapped.
Yeah.
They only roll good when I'm rolling damage for sharks biting him.
Right? I don't know where he is, Marcus.
There's only so many places he could be, and it's in a med bay. He's not in his bed. He's not in, like, the auto dock or on the lab station. Like, what else is in here?
I didn't notice any blood outside the door. Did you?
Now, what about the low berth? Did you check in there?
No.
Okay, let me interject here with a little bit of traveler knowledge. And Rex may already know this, but I don't know if Ghost does. A cryo berth, a low berth, is not a hop in, hop out affair. Putting yourself into a cryo berth in an emergency like that is a hugely risky thing to do. And it makes sense that Hylar wouldn't jump to that conclusion, because when he left Garrett, he was fine. And he would do more damage by putting himself in a cryo berth than not. It also requires a medical professional's assistance to be removed from one, especially if you're injured. You can die from being revived from cryo. And that's if you're perfectly healthy, you can die from being revived from cryo.
Is the screen on the low berth active? Does it say that it has an occupant?
It doesn't, but as a medical professional, you may be familiar with... So none of you are... If you were Starship, if you had any levels in Starship, I would just give this to you without a roll. Because a cryo berth has an emergency power system that will only cut on if someone's in it. And it is on. Whether or not you know that it will only do that with something in it, I'm going to put down to a luck roll.
All right. Fair
Got this.
Ghost needs a good roll,
Let's
so
do-
let's get him on
Physics
that.
dice.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I got a 10.
Okay, so you remember flipping through the manual over the weeks, and you're like, oh shit, if the emergency power came on, it thinks there's somebody in there, so it's either broken, or you know where Garrett is.
Marcus, Garrett might be inside here, though. That's a huge problem, though. I don't know why he would go and put himself in here.
Yeah, that like he would have had had to have had a reason to do it. But we don't know his status, so we can either take him out and ask him. But again, we don't know his status.
No. Yeah, you don't want to do that.
So you could, as the doctor, as Hylar, you can do the procedure. Reviving a normal person from a cryobirth requires a roll of 4 medic. So it's only a 4 roll in normal circumstances. It's a -2 because of Garrett's current health. So you got to roll a 6 or higher to get him out without causing damage that will almost certainly kill him at this point. So you can make the decision to or not to do. I just want to make sure that you know all the options, because as Hylar, as a medical professional, you would now know all of these things.
First, do no harm. It's a 50-50 shot to pull him out, and I will kill him. Marcus, he's going to stay inside the fucking cryobirth.
You also know that you could hit a button, pull Braylix out right now, and he would be fine.
Braylix is also going to... No, I'm just going to hit the button.
Okay. So you hit the button to eject Braylix. Braylix is almost completely and totally healed. It pops the medicine to wake him up, and I'm guessing that the first words out of Braylix's mouth are something effective. No, don't! And, then he realizes that it's too late and he's waking up now.
Relics goes, there's a virus. It's on the thing, and I think it's infecting. Where is he? Where's Garrett? I think I have a virus. I think the virus has control of Garrett's medical bay, and then I went to sleep.
Oh shit, buddies! You're saying that you brought this virus onto the ship?
I got the tablet. I felt a weird shock. I saw some weird blinky lights, and then Garrett was getting eaten by a shark, and I forgot about it. And then I was in a cryo tube when I woke up, and I've been really worried ever since.
Oh shit! This is my fault. I put you in there.
No. It's my fault. I touched the thing, and there's a virus, so it's really the virus's fault.
Who cares whose fault it is? Let's do something about it.
All right. Shit.
No, that's not going to help us.
Look, I'm a cat. This is usually what I do when I'm scared. Look, I think Garrett's in the cryobirth, and I don't think he's doing too hot. It's up to... Look, can you guys help me if I pull him out? Will you, forgive me if I kill him?
Well, let's if we think we're going to kill him, let's not do it.
Okay.
I mean, the procedure shouldn't be very hard. I watched you do surgery and put his stomach back together where that shark had bit it open. I think you can push a couple of buttons and monitor him as he's getting defrosted. That's all cryobirth is, right?
That's fair.
Yeah, but he was in really bad shape when he went in, I think. Why would he go in? Like, he was on the table.
The table has a virus. I saw that. And then I got put back under.
Okay.
Maybe. Yeah. Are you going to let him out, or are we going to go fight a virus?
If, from your medical opinion, Hylar, and your boss opinion, Braylix, like, we have the problem of the virus, and if we're going to pull him out because he's probably in bad shape, we need to be prepared to do medical on him, like surgery, right now. However, Braylix, you said that we have the table and whatnot is somehow virus. Yeah, like, is that something we want to do and try to fight both of them at once, or if we know he's safe in there, leave him there and fight the virus, or get him out so he can help us fight the virus? I'm down for whatever you guys want to do.
No, you're right. We're leaving him in there. Let's go. Can we get back out this door? Or is it locked again?
Yep, you can get back out. So Thodubs, if you want to play an NPC, Jasper's just been told to come down here and tell these guys to very slowly put air back in the ballast tanks. But you don't have to play him if you don't want to.
Nope, I will take over Jasper since Kizik is out and running around.
Yep. Okay, it's your turn then. Jasper shows up as these guys are walking out of the med bay.
Oh, hey guys, I'm here to take care of those ballast tanks. What are you guys doing?
We were
Like,
trying to find. Yeah, we were trying to find Garrett, and I got Brelix up so he can help us.
All right, well, it seems like you guys got it going on. I'm just going to start working on these ballast tanks.
You need
What are you
help?
doing to the ballast tanks?
Yeah, let's go.
We're not gonna let you do that by yourself.
That's a very Kizik-esque thing there, Thodubs. I appreciate it. You were told go tell those guys to do it, and you said, no, I'm doing it. Okay. So you guys walk to the, three of you walk to the engineering room. And how you guys going to do this?
All right, Jasper. What did the captain say exactly?
Well, she said I need to start refilling these ballast tanks. Well, technically, she told me to have Kizik do it. Brelix. But I'm just trying to do this. So, Brelix, you might have more information about this, but I just know it needs to get done.
Jasper's had a stroke. Let me help. The captain very specifically said, go down there and tell Hylar and Marcus to very slowly and incrementally start refilling the ballast tanks with air so that we surface. That's her exact words.
Okay, I definitely have this out-of-body experience, and I'm touching my temples, going, ah!
All right. The ballast tanks are over here. Marcus, you got one side, I'll get the other.
Yes, sir.
There are relief valves here.
So there are manual ballast controls. You guys have used them before in a very unfortunate incident. And what that incident mainly taught the crew, let's just do a flashback, was don't touch these valves. But it's an emergency situation. So basically there's let air in, let water in style valves that you can turn. And they're for emergency use only. And you can just tell me how you want to do it, Hylar. Or whoever wants to take charge of the situation. It can be Brelix or Jasper or Marcus.
Jasper, can you coordinate and make sure they're perfectly in balance? I think I should go fight the virus.
Yeah, so if I just need to start reading some gauges, yeah, I'll help the guys out.
All right, Marcus, we're going to left twist a little, like 2 degrees at a time. And we'll start very, very slowly. Jasper, you read the gauge and let us know, when we're going up in increments.
And, or he can just tell us what, he's just going to count and look at the gauge. So there's no weird communications. He just say 1, and we turn it once. And then he's going to wait for it to respond, and then he's going to say 2, and we turn it again. And so we both turn when he gives us a number.
This is a combined Submariner check. It's a task chain. You can do them in any order you want, but all 3 of you need to make a combined Submariner check.
Okay, what does Jasper have?
He has Submariner 0, just like everybody else.
Gotcha.
But he can't read because he had a stroke.
Yes, he did.
All right, Ghost, you have to roll like a boxcars, or we're all going to die.
Oh, damn, because I got an 8.
Oh, okay, well.
What did you roll, Ronan?
4.
So this goes pretty poorly. You rolled an 8 on Ghost side and a 4 on Ronan side, so I'm going to say that Marcus turns the wrong valve and starts letting water in, while Ghost, who technically passed his check, did it correctly and started letting air in, and the entire boat begins to list to one side. Braylix, give me a dexterity athletics check, please, as you are going up the gang stairs.
Ooh, that's a 9. I have no modifiers. And I got a lot of health back, thanks, medic.
All right, you make it up the stairs without, like, the boat starts to turn, and you went, oh, it's almost like we've done this exact thing before.
Yep. Like dice.
My tail helps a little bit, and I slide with the lean as I'm coming around the corners.
Okay.
I think to myself, oh no, I hope the lady didn't hit her head again.
Okay. Where is Braylix going?
He's going to the front to ask the captain if they've got a cyber suite so he can help fight a virus.
You're already familiar enough with the ship to know where the server room is. Like, you've been on this ship for months. That is not something I think Braylix would have to ask.
Braylix is going to go straight to the server room then.
Okay. You walk into the server room. All the screens are locked. All of them have that red text scrolling across. You still can't decipher the script.
At this point, Braylix is going to close his eyes and see if he's going to take a deep breath. But like kind of as he's thinking to himself, can I transmit a virus to Churchill through my brain implants? He's already been thinking about it, and he doesn't know if he has enough willingness to stop. And he goes, Churchill, I think we've got a virus, and starts trying to communicate with Churchill.
You think you've got a virus? Are you sick?
No, computer virus, very specifically Unity virus. There's a bunch of red text that I can't decipher.
How did you get a Unity virus? Were you plugged into a Unity machine?
I might have been using the implants to communicate in an underwater space while we were investigating a ship, and then I touched a tablet of the captain because we were trying to get a bunch of good details, and it shocked me, and I saw those lines of code or characters in my like peripheral vision, and then we got blown up and Garrett got bit by a shark. Not relevant details, but sorry.
Okay. A lot has happened. Slow down for a second. How can I help?
I can't describe symbols to you. They're all locked screens with all of this unknown text. We're trying to slowly raise our submarine to the surface. I'd like to. How do you fight a Unity virus? This is way beyond tech levels of stuff that I know. You're way beyond tech levels of stuff that I know.
So you're going to have to purge it from each hardware platform. You're going to have to shut everything down. You're going to have to find out where the initial infection lives. You're going to have to wipe or destroy that hardware. And then you're going to need to reboot, meaning reinstall every single piece of hardware. I hope you can do that. Because if it's on any subsystem and you reboot it, it's just going to come back.
Yeah. What if the subsystem is my neural implants?
I have good news for you. It's not. I have cut that function off in your neural implants and that of your compatriots. It cannot be that.
Okay. Okay.
I would do it
gotta
for
bring
you,
the-
but I'm too far away. Also, oops, that was close. I'll help you as much as I can with as much advice as I can. I am sort of also running the missile defense center system for the Defender right now, and we are sort of in combat. So
you take precedence. Pay attention to the missiles.
I can do multiple things at the same time, so do not hesitate to call me, but I may be occasionally distracted.
Yes, sir. Good luck. Yes, sir. Why would I say that? Good luck. Definitely. It's not in my implants, and I'm okay. Thanks.
Indeed, good luck. Okay, that was quite a good thing for Kizik. I know it's early for me to have to take my bathroom break, but I chugged an energy drink, so I need to be right back. You guys can chat about your current situation.
The one where we're barrel rolling in the ocean as we rise to the top.
I mean, I don't know if it's going to fully barrel roll. It'll just be sideways floating up to the top. But also, I don't know the sub-physics. Yeah, that means you got to fill one with water, and then once it's halfway, start filling it with air.
Oh yeah, we're totally not doing a barrel. One side's gonna go up, and we're gonna be rolling on our, and we're gonna sit on our side.
Oh, so it's just a 90-degree
The good news is,
roll.
if we go up on our side, it'll be horrible, and then we just open up the other side, and eventually we'll be like, yeah, we made it. But until then, it's gonna suck a lot. So we should probably do something about it, like teach me how to open these valves because I screw it up every time.
It's lefty loosey, righty tighty, but you're left-right dyslexic.
Fun fact: on Real Submarine, they are righty loosey,
Backward?
lefty tighty.
Is it backwards like that because of like historical plumbing reasons?
No, it's there are other systems that hook up to it, which makes it cool, but at the same time a royal pain. But this should be simple because, like, we've played this game before. We should immediately be like, I screwed it up again and I turned it the wrong way. Because this is not the first time we've done this.
That's true.
Specifically me, specifically on this valve.
This happened exactly the same as last time.
I think, like, unanimously, you guys just need to turn around and be like, Mark! And I'd be like, oh yeah.
Jasper, come switch this valve. I'm just going to count. Jasper, come switch this
Oh, we're going to get a little bit of... Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really suspected Jasper of having some sort of submariner. He wasn't on the crew though, was he?
Nope, he hell dived with us.
Yeah. Right, he was with us.
So he started as a vac suit marine.
Right.
And he had basically 3 skills. It was like gun combat, stealth, and vac suit. Those were like his original 3.
I'm back.
So we all turned to Marcus at once and we're like, no, the other way. We're yelling at him to turn it.
And then I'm going to realize that I once again messed up the thing the way that I messed it up the time before, and correct my error and open up the valves the correct way in an attempt to counteract the force and right the ship.
Okay. Yeah, I think we're back to you guys' turns. So it's, Jasper, Hylar, and Marcus, and you guys are going to do the same matched check again to try to bring the boat back upright.
Yeah.
Nope, Odubs is disconnected.
Yeah, I just got kicked from the server. Let me try and get back in.
Oh no. I got an 8.
I got box cars, so an 11.
Ooh,
Yeah!
nice.
Odubs is back in, so in a minute he'll be able to make his part of the roll. Hopefully he won't snake eye. We're +4 so far.
You'll snake eyes. Do it. Do it.
Up, that's success.
11.
All right, you guys surface. You managed to righten and surface the vessel. You are now sitting on the surface without maneuverability, without power, and the ship, when it hits the surface, starts to like bob and rock in a way it doesn't do underwater. So if any of you are prone to motion sickness or are trying to do something very delicate, you guys don't know it yet because you can't see outside, but there's like a raging thunderstorm. So the sea is very choppy. We are out of combat time. You guys may proceed at your own discretion.
Okay. I'm on, I guess, fix it mode. And we got to figure out if we, I don't know anything about the computers or the hacking or any of that, but I can try to fix an engine. So
Didn't you guys buy radios when you were at Drake's Outpost?
Yep.
I think we did, yeah.
Okay, now, you have radios.
That's a good point.
With radios, we gotta say over.
Over. I'm gonna start cleaning up and fixing stuff though,
Okay.
because that's what Hylar would do.
You grab the wet mop and a bucket. This lubricant it sticks to everything and leaves a film on everything and is pretty gross, and it's super slippery. As it's a lubricant.
There should be some like stay dry or some cleanup pads that will absorb it. I'll try to find those too.
I hear kitty litter works really good.
Yeah, but I don't know if we'd put that on the sub.
He's like, I need that.
That's in my room.
Of note, before we think about using the cleanup pads or kitty litter or anything like that, realize we probably need to reclaim most of this so we can make the submarine work.
So we want to clean it in a way. We need a siphon.
I try and get like a shop vac or something.
Ronan, I can't give you any more player points because you're maxed out. But let me know if you need a player point-esque thing.
Roger.
That video game you play is very, very in-depth. You hear over comms. Also, you don't need to make the sound. I know you're making that with your voice. These are modern comms.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Over.
We should probably check in with the captain as well.
Yeah, I'm standing right here. We're going to discuss in depth our virus cleanup plans.
So the captain is over here with Jill. It is like that should have worked when you walk into the command center.
What should have worked? What are your plans for getting rid of this virus?
Well, normally we reboot the consoles and reinsert the firmware and everything just works, but it only came back for like a few seconds and then it was compromised again.
Yeah, this is a pretty advanced virus Probably, is my guess. You need to take all of the connected systems, all of the subsystems, turn everything off, then reinstall the firmware one at a time, and make sure that everything that's connected to the subsystem is off before installing things one at a time. It's going to be pretty tedious.
God, I hope the boat doesn't flip over. Everything on this boat is electronically controlled. So we're going to be dead in the water. Literally.
Oh wow, that's going to be tough, but I guess that's better than sitting here with little controls and maybe sending out signals to things. Oh man.
Raylex, this is Marcus. Over.
Yeah, we have radio comms in here, and they're pretending that they need to say over to make it more lore accurate to, I think, the video game he's playing. Over, guys.
Hey, since we're on the surface and we don't have power, we should maybe put somebody topside to, look for bad guys. And maybe since Jasper knows how to arm the big gun thing, we have somebody standing by on the gun. And
Andrew, who can hear the radio, is like, that's actually a really good idea. Find Jasper, send Jasper and Carl up to the top. It takes 2 people to run that gun, and they've got to have some upper body strength. She doesn't have a radio, so she's relying on Braillix to relay that information.
Yes, I was holding out the thing. Oh, sorry. And just says send Jasper and Carl to the surface. Make sure that Jasper has a has a radio with our frequency on it, and have him report what's going on topside.
You didn't say over.
Oh, sorry. Over. Yeah. Also, we're going to have to reboot everything, and everything runs on computers, and we might flip over the submarine. Hopefully, not over, because the submarine got flipped over. No, sorry.
There's too many overs. I didn't track what you were saying. Over?
Yes. Rebooting the entire submarine to try to get rid of the virus. No, to successfully get rid of the virus. We got this.
Okay.
How's the engine room looking?
It's a mess.
Yeah,
We'll send Jasper up.
And when you guys get ready to cycle power to the ballasting system, let us know, and we will stand by the manual valves in an attempt to not flip the submarine over, because I'm good at that. Flipping the submarine over, not flipping the submarine over.
You said over too many times. Please don't flip
Over.
the submarine.
Over.
Over.
I over. I over.
So confused.
You didn't say over.
No, I'm just saying it to myself. Jasper, head on up to the machine gun and take Carl with you, and look out for bad guys. Remember, you can open the cargo bay doors now that we're up at the surface to get better views.
All right, sounds good. I'm on my way up to the gun.
I'm going to sit over here with a little shop vac siphon thing, put it all back into a bag.
Okay, it's going to take Jasper a few minutes to get all the way up to the top deck. When he gets up there, we'll have a little scene. But in the meantime, let's zoom back in on the engineering after all that kerfuffle. What's going on down here, like between you guys?
Hey, Hylar, can we make like a squeegee? And so we can like push all the oil into like a central location that we can maybe like hook it off to a deck plate or something and push it into like a funnel or something into a bucket or push it up so that we can pick it up at a shop vac or something and get it back into the hydraulic tanks. Should be simple, just putting like maybe a rubber seal that we find somewhere if we got any like spare parts. Or on like a pole and just do that, like MacGyver squeegee montage.
I'm down. Let's do it.
Sweet.
So we'll take a door seal and cut it and put it on a squeegee head, and then we'll push all the oil to a central location where we can then pick it up via vacuum and tube, whether we make that out of a spare fuel pump or some sort of shop vac motor. We'll get it up.
Just make sure whatever vacuum thing we do that it doesn't have a filter in it.
Yeah.
That isn't like if it's a hydraulic filter, sure, but if it's just like a filter, all we're gonna do is break things.
Yeah, not an air vacuum.
Let's do it.
So you guys kind of have a plan for recovering as much of this as possible. Just out of curiosity, have you guys considered checking to see how much of this stuff you have in the stock room? In the stores?
I hadn't thought of that yet.
I have thought of that. We still need to clean this mess up anyway, and the more we can reclaim, the better.
Okay.
But I mean, we should probably do that just to know, so we can make a conscious decision of what we're doing.
Okay. All right, so we're going back to Braylix. And then we're going to head up to Bodub's next. Braylix, you're on the bridge. You've instructed Anja's like, all right, what do we do, Braylix? You sound like you know what we're talking about. What is the actual plan? What exactly do we need to do here?
Okay. You know of all of the systems that exist on your sub, right?
I am familiar with all of the systems on the submarine.
Yep. We need to turn all of them off so that they don't have power, and then we're going to pick the right order. I'm kind of looking at you for this one. Which you need to prioritize.
So wait, you just want to power them off?
No, you turn them off. Once they're completely off, then you have to reboot them and boot them into their firmware that you've got the disks, and that's what you've been doing over here.
So we have to reinstall every system on the boat from scratch. Is it
Correct.
just... How is that going to fix it? Is it just the shipboard systems? I mean, we don't know how this got on here. I don't understand how this is going to fix the problem. We've already tried it with one system, and it just comes back.
Yeah, all of the systems that are connected. Oh shit! I've got my. I'm sorry for cursing. I have a tablet that I took from them, and I kind of look around, and it's not in my little dive bag because I don't know exactly where that is right now. And then I go over comms. Guys, do you know where the dive bag with the computer that I brought back is? Over.
No,
Sorry.
I haven't seen it over.
I have to go find that.
Computer you brought back, Andrew says, but you've already run out the door.
Yeah, it's a tablet. I should have left the comms with her, but I'm going to keep running and search through a bunch of the boxes. I don't know where those are.
Okay. Okie dokie. So, we get up to Jasper. Carl's beat him up here because he was already on the floor above him, and he stopped with the main hatch open, and he's got the main hatch open, and a, gale force storm is going on out there. And the deck of the submarine, first off, is being washed over periodically. Second off, there's high winds. It looks like a death trap out there. And he's like, I don't know if we should walk out there. If we go in there, if we fall in, there's no coming back.
Yeah, I kind of agree with you on that. That's kind of scary. Does the captain know?
I don't think so. I've got windows from in here in the conning tower, and I can use the binoculars and manually look to see if see lights or anything on the horizon, but we're not gonna have very good visibility in the storm anyway. Maybe you should tell the captain about the weather conditions up here. She's got to know it's choppy from the rocking on the boat, which he's to stand in this tower. He's got to hold on to something. That's how much the boat is rocking.
Yeah, so I'm sure she's got to know that it's rocking back and forth, but maybe just the fact that there's so much visibility and storm up here other than just the rocking. So, yeah, I'm going to go run and tell her real quick just to make sure she knows the condition.
That's a good idea. I'm going to stay up here and try to stay on lookout as best I can.
All right, gotcha. I'm on my way down. I'll be back.
Okay. So you're going to head back down to the command center. And what do you say to Anja?
Hey, Anja, Captain. I mean, Carl and I are up top, and the storm is really just terrible out there. As you can feel, the boat's rocking back and forth, but we have very low visibility out there, and the storm is hitting the boat pretty hard. Where I don't know if it's going to be safe for us to be able to go out to get that gun.
Okay. Take 2 life preservers. I still want you guys up there. Anchor yourselves in. Keep your eyes open and out the portholes. If you see any signs of another ship on the horizon, you'll probably see the lights of their vessel before you see them. I still need that gun up and running if that happens, but you can stay on watch until that happens from the safety of inside the tower. That's why it has portholes.
All right, gotcha, Captain. Thanks.
Sends you scurrying off up there, and then we scroll back to the engine room where they have implemented a plan and are executing a plan to recover as much of this lubrication from these check valves as possible. I need to do a couple of background rolls for a second at the middle of this turn. Where's Braylix at? He ran off. Where did he go to?
He ran to the cargo bay because that's where he thinks that they would store all of the loots that we brought back.
Okay. Give me a perception roll. That was flipping, not roll. There you go.
Oh, that's even worse. That's a 5.
For future reference, you will never get a random result if you use the F key. You have to use the roll key.
I was hitting E, and I saw it was weird, and then I flipped quickly to R, and it kept doing E things.
Oh, you always have. If you really want to be sure, you can physically just throw the dice. You do it long way, like this. If you really want to be sure. But yeah. The R key must be used because Tabletop Simulator, it is not random if anything but the R key is used. It is a sequence of events that is very predictable.
Either way, didn't make it. Didn't see the thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. You get to the cargo bay. We didn't really cover where like your personal satchel would have been. So give me a luck roll.
That's a 9.
All right, you walk in and there's a pile of gear and you notice your satchel from your dive kit.
Oh, yes. And then he's going to open it and try to make sure that he can see and physically touch the laptop.
Okay, so the physical tablet that you pulled out of the captain's desk that caused this to happen, there is a token for it here. It is sitting right next to the ejected nav logs of the USV Stone Giant, but the screen is on, and that weird script is just rolling from side to side. It's active and running.
Shit. And then Brelix is going to remember that there's a whole bunch of conductive wire, and he's going to go take this and run to the maintenance room, and he's going to start wrapping it in this to try to make a Faraday cage to prevent it from communicating.
Okay. Interesting concept. I like it. Give me a mechanics check.
That's a 5 plus 2 minus 3 for a 4.
Okay. You've wrapped it in superconductive wire. Give me another.
It's
Give me another perception check before we go to the next person.
That one's a 7.
Okay. Alrighty. So I think we're back.
Oh no, I have a +1. That's an 8.
Ooh. All right. So the entire ship is without power, right? Without main power. You can hear a hum of machinery that's standing out because it's making a noise.
That's at the end of my round.
Yes.
Oh, can I quickly say I hear a weird hum into my comms so everybody else knows that I hear it.
You can. All right, Dubs, you're up on the surface, having a look around. Go ahead and I'm assuming that you're done watch.
Yes, we are up here watching. I talked to Carl. I told him the captain still wants us to get the gun ready.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a perception check for your watch.
That would be a 4.
Okay. Well, the storm is just raging outside, so your chances of seeing anything more than 10 feet away is going to be difficult. And you're having to hold on with one hand to like keep from getting knocked over by the way the ship's rocking back and forth. Okay. Guys in the engine room, you have now cleaned up the mess. You've got a bucket full of lubricant.
We should secure our bucket full of lubricant and go investigate what Brelix is telling us about this weird hum thing. It's a real humdinger.
Can you give me a mechanics check? Or sorry, not a mechanics check. A submarine check for both of you. Submariner check. I may not have made something clear, and I just want to make... I'll give you the opportunity to definitely know.
Yeah,
Got a
not me.
6.
I got a 4.
You got a 6? A 6 is probably good enough. You know you cut the generators back on without cutting the engines on. Like
Did we cut the generators off?
That's how you cut everything off, was you cut the generators off, primary and backup. But that was a great emergency thing. But now you've been in here like mopping up the mess. So like you definitely have time to go properly disconnect the screws and then turn the generators, and then the ship will have power again.
Ah, yes, that's next steps.
That is probably a good idea.
Marcus, we gotta get power back to the ship. I like having moving air,
It's probably a good idea. We do need to finish securing the engines then before we try to bring the generators back online.
Oh yeah, we definitely don't want them to just kick on.
Okay. So you guys can give me Submariner rolls for those as you work through that problem.
I got an 8.
Because you can get worse than a 4. I got a 3.
But you didn't get a 2, so it isn't a critical fail yet.
Yeah.
Try harder. All right, Relix, we're back to you.
I hear a machine humming that shouldn't hum because there's no power to it. I hear something humming. I'm going to go try to find that something that's humming.
Okay. You walk into the hallway, and it's coming from the workshop.
Try to open the door to the workshop.
It opens.
I look around.
Humming noise has stopped.
I got 3 things in here.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to kind of hold my hand. I look down at the tablet. Is it still making a bunch of red, scary letters?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I pick the one right in front of me, and I kind of hold my hand out to see if it's warm.
Okay.
I don't know. Maybe it's making energy and stuff. There's no lights on in here.
Emergency lights are on.
That one. Keep looking left to right. Then I pick this one.
Okay.
And I kind of touch where I think a motor would be to see if that also feels warm.
Okay. I'm going to go ahead and throw you a bone, although I'm not sure the motor would actually be all that warm. I think you may have been overly specific, which is not usually the problem. The machine does seem to have been running recently. And if you open the bay, there's a half-built electronics assembly that's it's a disc shape roughly the size of a dinner plate. And there are 5 slots in the template that are empty, where others like it should have been being printed.
I get onto my comms and I go, I think it's printing things. I think it's got control of the electronics workbench, and maybe it's made something. They're like football or circle disc shaped things, and maybe 5 of them are missing. And I didn't get that like tingly feeling where I should be a lot more scareder than I should be. And then I go, can somebody bring me a sledgehammer?
Okay. You hear. Actually, go ahead and roll another perception check.
I might not hear it. No, that's not the right button. Yellow ones. That's a 7. I do not hear.
Okay. Alrighty. So, we're not in combat time, so it's not structured. Any of you guys can respond in the positive or negative, but everyone is doing things. I don't think anybody wants to help you, Brelix. Like you're all alone.
Oh, there's skittering in there, Brelix. Oh no, not skittering. Sorry, there's a lot of machines back here that needs to be machining. You know, we're doing machine stuff.
Okay, I'll go find my own sledgehammer.
Over, sorry.
Yep, over. And then I turn around to go find a sledgehammer.
You turn around and you open the door to the workshop, and the loader droid is standing directly in the door. It's much bigger than you are, and its eyes are glowing an ominous red. Give me an initiative roll.
That's a 8.
You get to go first. As it reaches ominously for you.
Yep. It's bigger than me, but it's got low. I don't think it can move fast enough. I'm going to try to go through its legs.
Okay.
Use my little things, super speedy, through. Try to tuck the tail down as I run between its legs.
Athletics dexterity versus its athletics dexterity.
Woo! That's another 8.
That's not good enough. You need at least a 10. Okay, so it grabs you. High or low?
Give me low.
It grabs you by the tail and picks you up by it. And then it turns on its mechanical torso at very high speed, slamming you into the wall like a sack of potatoes. It does 3 damage.
I'm unconscious.
Fortunately for you, that makes a really loud noise that nobody in the engine room could possibly not hear.
Hey, Hylar, what was that?
It sounded like a frog getting hit real hard against the bulkhead.
You know anything that's like a frog that might be getting hit by against a bulkhead?
Let's see if Brelix tripped or something.
So this is a long corridor, so as soon as you open the engineering bay door, you're going to see the only load lifter robot you've got left for the cargo bay is literally like bam-bamming from the Flintstones Braylix's poor body back and forth in the hallway, just slamming him against walls back and forth by twisting his torso. It's not a sophisticated attack, but with the level of strength that this robot has, it's effective.
As that man's physician, I have to insist that you end this. I'm going to charge him.
Okay.
You want to let me charge him?
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, yeah, you should do that.
Where it's in combat time, it's already gone. You guys are just tagging on the end of the initiative.
No, I'm totally gonna slam into him, like duck under him, swinging Brelix around, and slam into the robot. Because horns are cool.
Okay. Give me your charge attack.
Yeah.
Hylar, what kind of weaponry are you carrying on your person?
Well, I just came out of the mechanics area or engine bay. Can I have a big wrench?
You absolutely can. Here, let me get the card for the wrench because I get to use it, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, sweet. Large
the
wrench.
I have a card for that because of certain individuals.
Yeah. I got an 11.
All right. Go ahead and give me your damage.
It's not a lot of damage, but it's... Why are you not rolling dice? There it goes. 5 plus the 3 for the effect, plus the 1 for strength is a 9.
That's a lot of damage for this robot. So you hit this thing and send it careening forward. It drops Braylix, just skids across the floor, and it falls over onto its face. It is struggling to try to get back up. It's not a graceful machine.
And then Hylar comes in with a big wrench.
All right.
I rolled a 10 to hit.
Okay. Give me your damage.
And then my damage is a 2d for the big wrench. So that's 6 plus my strength of 1 is 7 damage.
So it's 9 and 7. Okay. You are damaged. It is damaged. It's still moving though, but it's damaged.
Leave Braylix alone. We're gonna just dogpile this thing. Give it a can of whoop ass.
A 5 is not enough for it to get back up. It's back to you guys' turn.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can flip it over. And see if you can, you got your little claw things, you can cut its hydraulic piping or electronics.
Excuse me, little claw things? Look, I don't insult your horn.
I have big horns, you have a little claw thing, use it.
Little claw things. Flip him over then.
I'm gonna flip him over.
Okay.
Unconscious Brelix body just crumpled into sack behind him.
That's a grapple check. You need a 6 or higher.
That's a 6.
You got a 6. That wins. Just wins, but it does it. You flip it over. It immediately reaches up with its one remaining functional claw and grapper and tries to grab Hylar by the neck. It rolls a 7. Can you give me a grapple check, Hylar?
Oh, I could. Shit. Okay.
I'll let you parry with the melee weapon that you have if you want.
I would like that because that's an 8.
Okay. Well, that's a pass no matter how you do it. Okay, so you bash its hand out of the way with the melee. Go ahead and give me a melee attack now with a damage. No, you rolled an 8. Let's just do the damage.
Five with my strength.
That actually finishes it off. So you manage to just start waylaying on it with a wrench, and until its battery cells, and it's shut down.
Don't touch my friend, you lawnmower!
You hear an ominous skittering through the air duct.
Oh, fuck.
This is your specialty, Hylar.
I'm not going back in the vents. It's not gonna be me this time, okay?
Look, you're the cat. I'm a goat. Like, no.
Where's Garrett?
In a low berth.
Oh, damn it.
I recommend we get actual weapons. Do you want
Okay. To the armory.
We can
You're
get
just gonna
weapons.
leave Brelix there? You're not gonna do
Step
first
over
aid?
Brelix and get to the armory.
Yeah, I just jump over Brelix and go upstairs. No,
Yeah.
Give
Take care of Brelix.
him a first aid
and-
check.
yeah, there's the first aid. We're going right next door. Here we go. I'll rush him in here. We'll throw him on the table. Medic check.
+2 because you're in the infirmary.
All right. I rolled a 6. I got a +1 medic. I got a +1 education for an 8, and then I'm in the medic bay for a 10.
Okay. That's a +2 on hit points. That's as many as he lost, right?
No, I'm still down 1. -3 +2. The load lifter droid, I think he got me.
Yeah, we got him though. Brelix, come. I don't know how to say this, but I feel that you are too fragile to continue fighting.
I'm just gonna put you down.
Relix's eyes are huge as you're still holding the giant wrench.
I'm gonna have to send you to the glue factory, bud.
It's a mercy killing.
And
No,
then
I'm just
like
kidding.
Brelix holds out the tablet and says, hit me through this. Maybe this will stop the virus.
I smashed the tablet.
He's holding up this tablet that he has wrapped in like 20 feet of superconducting wire for reasons unknown to science. And you're just like, all right. And you smash the tablet. You don't have to roll for it. You've got a giant wrench. It's made out of plastic and glass. So you smash that tablet.
I feel better. Thank you, Brelix.
Did you guys hear the printers and the electronics workstation things making any more noise?
Oh no, I didn't hear that. I heard skittering in the vents.
I tried to tell you about that, and then I heard them, and then I turned around, and then there was the load lifter droid, and I think the virus might no longer be proliferating, and we can start resetting things.
Or
All right.
we can find the little skittering spider thing
Yep.
before and so it doesn't proliferate in any other ones.
Yep, because those are still probably virus-setted, and we should go clean those out. You said they're in the vents?
Yep.
Pretty sure. Yep. I'm gonna go to the armory now that you feel better, and I'm gonna get some vent weapons.
Okay, I am pretty small. I'll go in the vents with you. Force first. Yep, I can do that.
You have no health. As your physician, I suggest you get bed rest and maybe help the captain with the order of operations to get rid of viruses. I don't know.
But you don't like going into the vents, and I easily fit and but I also don't want to die in a cold vent.
I don't like doing a lot of things. Going in an event, getting, Halo ejected down in a tube through the atmosphere, or even
I had a great time with that. Don't lie.
being in a submarine. Not my favorite things. I would much rather go back in time and, have relationships again, and a friendship that's not based off of whatever we're doing now. This is craziness. But look, we can't do that. And what we are going to have to do is have you live. So you're not going to the vents with me, even though I don't like it. You just stay here. You have to live.
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the captain's spot. I feel almost okay. My tail, I've never known. It's kind of twisted. Okay, bye.
Odubs, please give me a perception check.
Seven.
Would you like to push the roll? I think you see something, but the only way for you to really get a good look at it will be to open the door and stand out on the surface of the ship.
Oh dear. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, give me another perception check.
Oh gosh, 7.
Okay, you slip and fall into the water. So, Braylix walks into the command center. Anja is bleeding profusely from her head and neck. A half slashed apart, disc-looking droid that has been cut by her saber is sitting on the floor, cut in half. It has attacked her from the vent. It's not that big. It's actually quite small.
Yeah, I was about to say, holy fuck!
It's like the size of, a small, like a small dog. Yeah. So, and Braylix originally recognizes the center disc-like chassis as a hardened chassis that would fit around the electronics assembly that was being printed in the printer. And this one is dissected in half. And like everyone on the bridge is like, "Oh my god, that thing just came out of nowhere and attacked and tried to kill Anja."
Relic says, "I think I stopped the virus." Just a second, guys. You're looking for a circular, like spider-looking thing. It's about the size of a dog. I counted 5 missing, down to 4, probably 4. Over. Anja, are you okay?
Holy shit, what is that thing? Did those sneak on board?
The virus took control of the electronics assembly and maybe the assembler and made these remotely whilst being just a tablet.
Wait a minute. A, is it smart enough to do that? B, the electronics assembly and the fabricator are not connected. Something would have had to move them back and forth to assemble these.
The load lifter droid also used me like a click, 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 one of those little things.
And you, of course, cut the fabricator and the electronics assembly off.
No, I thought I did the virus thing. Can you do that? No. Guys, after you get weapons, go turn off the fabricator and assembler and electronics workbench.
You guys have gotten to the armory. And the captain is still required to open the armory.
Shit.
Captain Anja, can you help our friends open the armory?
Well, that was some metagame shit right there, wasn't it?
I'm sorry.
Are you suddenly psychic?
Over. We need
Yeah.
the captain to open up the door. Over.
Anja decides that she agrees with Hylar and just takes Brylix's head off so that he can be more durable next time. She leaves the bridge, and that's when you guys get the first look at her bloodied face and neck from being attacked by the thing. And she's just like, fucking droid. Like, it was like an assassin droid.
Yeah, I need blade. I think there was a saber in there last time I checked.
At this point, over the intercom, which now is somewhat... Nope, it wouldn't be working. Never mind. Okay. So Carl's rolled boxcars for saving Jasper, so he's going to have thrown like a life preserver on a rope out to Jasper and is going to start reeling him in. He's tried to call for help, but the intercom's still not working.
Yay!
You lived.
Well, Jasper lived. his main character, we'll see. So.
Thanks, Carl.
So she lets you into the armory, and she goes in there and gets a pistol for herself, and then heads back to the bridge.
Tyler, you can grab your weapon, right? Like,
Yeah, I
we
can
have
get-
weapons.
Yeah, but like, here's blade. We want a hatchet. There's some cool stuff in here. Saber. Nope, cutlass. That's what it was.
I got dibs on cutlass. That's not true. Take whatever. Like, get people weapons. Everybody needs weapons.
All right, I'll grab some stuff and I'll fill my pockets, and then we're going skitter hunting.
Okay.
All right, and you took the that blade. I'm gonna grab my sword, and then we'll go into the. I'll go into the fence. Marcus isn't gonna go into the fence with me.
I will. I don't need. We think we need two people in the vents. I will track with you underneath the vents, room to room. So in case he tries to escape you, I will be standing by to whack it.
Okay, you guys have all
Alright.
armored up. Braylix, do you have any further thing you want to do here?
Can we reboot the sensors engineering so I can help like listen like last time we were searching for these things?
You make computers roll, you can go over here and reboot sensors. It's basically, you want to go through the full unplug it and reinstall it process, right?
Correct.
Okay, go ahead and roll that.
That's a 10.
Okay, you unplug it, reboot it, it comes back up while they're digging through the armory. It immediately red screens, again with more text.
Shit. I
It's
thought the
almost
tablet was the...
like Churchill gave you very specific instructions on how to beat it.
Everything needs to be down. It's in a whole bunch of subsystems. I was just trying to help fight the little guys.
Jasper gets back up in here and he's like, oh shit, and Carl's like, that was really dumb. We really need to keep looking out and looking for things. I thought I saw something over the horizon right before you went in. Let's keep looking. So give me another recon check there, Thodubs.
All right. Oh gosh, 7.
Why are you not giving him any pluses?
Don't have. So, well, what does Jasper have? I don't have Jasper's card.
Well, Jasper doesn't have a
not.
proper card, but he does have recon.
Oh, okay. So then
And
we
it-
have 8. Sorry.
He has a total of +2 actually, because he has intelligence a +1 and a recon. So
Okay, I did not know that. Apologies. So we have a 9.
Okay, that's good, because at this point, the other boat that's coming up on you is only like maybe 100 yards away, which in naval distance is practically on top of you. And you guys can see searchlights that are cutting through the storm and playing over the top of the submarine as this boat that you can pretty much see full silhouette of has spotted the submarine.
This is we've been spotted here, Carl. We need to let the captain know.
Oh shit! No, we don't. We have instructions. We got to get out there and do the gun. We have to go right now. And he runs out the door and is like trying to get to the gun.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. But I've already fallen off. Is there any place I can tether off on here? Should we be tethering?
There are absolutely places that you could tether off. Yes.
Okay, I plan on tethering and then running a line out to the gun.
You start working with the tether, and Carl's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" As he's running out towards the gun. You guys have like maybe 60 seconds before you're all dead.
Okay, so I drop the tether and just run out there with Carl.
No, you already said you're tethering, so you're gonna at least start it. You're at least gonna lose a round to having done that, and we're gonna go back downstairs because none of these guys have any clue what's going on because all their screens are virused out.
Going to the vents.
Okay.
To find skitterers.
Which level? Where would you like to access the vents from? There's all sorts of places you can access it from. You can go down to main engineering. You can go to the access ways that are on the front and the cargo bay. There are small vents in each room, but you don't fit through them.
Oh, so the vent that this guy came out of in the control room
is like the size of a basketball. You can't get all the way through it, and that's the same for all the main living areas.
Tyler, let's go start in the fabricator room and make sure that we know how many of these bad guys we're hunting.
Okay. I'm with Marcus.
You guys get down to the fabricator room, and you guys didn't walk in here during the combat, did you?
Nope.
Give me perception checks.
Six.
9.
Ooh, 9. Okay, someone finally passed one. Okay. The fabricator was running right as it turned off the second you walked in the room, but it was running. And
I'm gonna go unplug that.
And the electronics workbench was also running, and then immediately cut off.
I'm too smart.
Okay, so you pull the power. Do you open them up to see what's in there?
Hell yeah.
Okay. The fabricator's halfway through assembling basically the shell of a panel of 6 of these little droids. And when you walk over to the electronics workbench and cut it off, if you open it up, you'll see that it's got 4 of 6 built and sitting in there with 2 empty slots.
Uh-oh.
Not it.
Shit. Okay, so make sure these are turned off. I'm getting into the vent. And I'm going to climb up and get into the vent.
Okay, so make sure they're turned off. Unplug, hit power button. How do you do it?
I'm going to unplug and then cut off the end of the plug so nothing can come just randomly.
Okay.
Plug it back in.
Cutting the plug does not require a roll, so that is a clever solution. Okay, and then Hylar climbs into the vent, doing his tunnel rat thing. It is an unpleasant experience. You've been in here before.
It cuts us, precious.
Nope. Brelix, what do you do? You're the virus fighter.
Okay, I thought that this having that one down, but that didn't work in any way, shape, or form. Sorry. We need to turn all of the systems off and then boot them on or reinstall the firmware one at a time and make sure that everything is off before we turn everything back on.
And just like, I think we need to cut everything off. I mean every tablet. I mean your mobile comms. I mean your radios. I think we need to cut everything off. Leave it no place to go. And then reinstall everything from scratch.
Yes, that sounds great. And on comms, I go, guys, we need to turn off our comms. Are you guys okay? We're going to reboot everything as quick as possible.
Yeah. Did we find where it's coming from yet?
The virus? Yeah, it was getting smashed. It was in the tablet.
Okay.
But it's jumping between a bunch of systems, and we need to make sure all of the systems are off so it doesn't have any place to jump, and then reboot everything clean.
Okay.
Okay, so we scroll up here to the top. Jasper, who had started to anchor himself off, hears this "we got to cut off comms" thing over his radio, reminding him that he has a radio.
All right, so I cut off comms.
Okay. Okay, you cut off comms. Are you gonna come out here and realize that you need to help with the big gun that has to be manually turned?
Yes, I am going to be heading out there and to follow up him.
Okay. Are you wanting to do the shooting? Because Jasper's skill here is that he has the vehicle weapons trait for using this machine. He can shoot it. The other is a athletics thing, and Carl's already trying to get the weapon unlocked from its stowage position. How do you want to proceed with this?
So he has a skill for shooting, right? So
Jasper has the skill for shooting. The guy you're playing has the skill for shooting.
Sorry, I was thinking about Carl. So yes, I'll be shooting then.
Okay, so you're just going to hop in the gunner's seat immediately.
No, I'm actually going to help him get the thing ready and in position, and then I'm going to move into the gunner's seat when we have it in the general position.
Okay, so he's brought one magazine out for this thing. It has 6 shots. Give me for him, it's a +2 vehicle gunnery roll. See, if you could quickly load this thing.
Okay, 11.
Excellent. He's cranking like a madman with a 10. So you guys are swinging the gun out towards the spotlight of the ship, which is kind of all you can see through the rain and fog, but the spotlight's definitely on your boat. Okay. Now back inside. So Hylar and Marcus have started this grid search, starting at the lowest level of the boat. And Hylar's crawling through the vents, and I guess Marcus is going through the rooms underneath.
Yes.
Okay. Which room do you guys try to go into next?
I'm gonna follow you because I can go anywhere. You have to follow Vent.
So if I've got like a left-right thing, I'm gonna go towards the medics bay first.
Okay.
I'm familiar with the area.
I almost want to give you a player point for that, but you didn't say you were doing it for the reason that would have been really important. So as Hylar starts crawling through this vent, he comes into a small access area that the vent opens up into, and you immediately spot one of these things. And what it's doing is it's cutting a hole into the top of the infirmary right above the cryo tube that Garrett's body is in. And it's trying to cut its way down to the cryo berth.
Oh, well, I'm gonna put a stop to that. The blade.
Okay, so you want to get right up to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. It has a parry of 2, so take a -2 and do your melee attack.
I don't like that. -2 to my. Fuck. I rolled a 5. I got a +1 in blade, a +1 in dex for a 7. -2 is back to a 5.
Okay. It's going to get a turn, and then Marcus is going to get a turn. It rolls a 8 and does 3 whole damage to Hylar, assuming Hylar didn't put on that vest he had.
I totally put that vest on.
Okay. It doesn't go through your armor, but he stabs you with what is basically a knife hand that it has.
Fucking prick.
It kind of is a little prick. Marcus, what do you do?
Can I see like the vent like vibrating or whatnot?
If you're in the infirmary, you can hear that, but you can also see the hole that it was cutting, because it was about to drop on top of that low berth and just cut the shit out of it.
I am going to go underneath it and poke it. Poke it with a stick. By stick, I mean my sword.
Okay. You're gonna need to climb up on this thing, so I want a task chain that is a athletics. and then I want to an attack if you pass the. Well, actually, I want to attack either way. You'll just take the M from the first roll.
Roger. -3. Plus, not enough. 7.
Okay, but it's not a critical fail, so that's good. So you don't do any damage to anything. You're like, I'm so afraid I'm gonna stab Hylar, because the only way you can do it would be to like stab your blade through the vent, and you don't know where Hylar is. But you're still kind of like crouched there underneath it. Okay. Braylix, what kind of progress are you doing? How are you going about this big project you've just put in front of yourself? Anja is bleeding, but is kind of on the bridge, and she has told Crystal to go help you with whatever, like, she basically just says, go do whatever he tells you to do, pull drives, whatever. Jill and I will hold down the bridge, and we'll shut everything down up here.
We're going to go to the server room. They're shutting things down up there. Server room, what controls all the things. So we're headed to the server room.
Okay. Take her with you when you travel, and just let me know what she's doing on your turn.
We are turning off all of the servers.
Okay.
Like hard power buttons. And then she's going to take a rack. I'm going to take a rack. Oh, man. She said turn off all of the things. We turned off all of our comms. They're turning off all of the things they can turn off. I would have... how confident am I that I turned off all of the things? Brelix is always thinking about the things that he might have forgotten.
Okay. How confident are you? Well, let's do a computer's check to see how confident you are.
That's rolled a 9 plus 3 for a 12.
That's pretty confident. You feel like you got everything, gracefully shut down, and you're familiar with these models of servers, so you know where all the drives are. And with the 12, you actually took the extra step to make sure that you laid hands on the backup data wafers for reinstalling the software before you pulled all the drives, which is not a thing you said you did, but is important. All right, up top, in a rainy storm, Jasper and Carl have cranked this barrel around. It is now pointed directly at the spotlight. Jasper sitting in the main chair, locked and loaded. How do you want to proceed with this? Is it so I started blasting, or what do you want to do here?
Oh, we're gonna start blasting. I mean, we need to take charge of this area.
Okay. A plasma cannon of this nature does 2 DD damage if it hits. Okay? It is a ungraceful weapon, and it has a significant amount of muzzle flash, from traditional usage. Traditionally, a gunner and operator, as you two are, would be wearing protective visors to protect your eyes from the muzzle flash. And you know all of this information, but you also know that other boat is now within 50 yards and is pulling alongside.
So, are these visors at the gun, or do we just not?
You don't have them.
Gotcha. So what's going to happen is when we get ourselves in position, we're going to get everything loaded. We're going to get ready to shoot. We're going to steady it. We're going to close our eyes and turn our head away from the flash.
Okay. Go ahead and do his... It's going to be a +2, -1 roll. And I'm going to roll something else. Okay. You yell all this over the storm as he's cranking this thing wildly, and you get it all lined up.
So +2, -1 is basically a +1, right? Is that what we're referring to?
That's correct.
And we have a 7.
Okay. So that's a near miss. So you let loose with one of these rounds, and it is like a thunder of God thing from where you're at. It's a sawed-off artillery piece just been strapped to the top of this thing, and even with your eyes closed and your head turned, you can feel the heat from the launch, and it's like even with your eyelids closed, it's bright white outside, and it's almost blinding even with your eyes closed. And you pull your head back around, and you have fired just in front of the bow. And the other ship, now you can hear voices and lots of clattering, and unfortunately, the sound of gunfire as small arms begin pinging off the deck all around you. The cannon shock is more than enough to alert everyone on the boat that bad shit's happening upstairs. Who's next?
Well, we still have to go through, more events. We only got one.
We haven't killed it yet.
Oh, right. It's not dead. I gotta kill it. Sword.
Okay. You're gonna sword that thing as the boom and the whole boat rocks.
Yep. It's all very dramatic right now. Come on, baby, yes! I got an 11 to hit with a sword.
Okay, take that over into your damage. Oh, you have 3D for your damage?
Yeah, but then I rolled 2 1s.
It doesn't matter. You actually can't fail to do enough damage to kill this thing.
Fantastic.
Okay, so you crush this thing. It's dead.
So he didn't get to Garrett then, huh?
Nope.
He was just coming through the ceiling. All right. Marcus, we gotta continue on. Where else would these little skittery things go?
Any place that it can do damage.
Engines.
Yep.
I'll check the vents in the engine compartment area.
Okay. You crawl your way over there, and Marcus follows. Felix, you guys are ripping things out of the server room. I'd say that you're potentially about halfway done. Do you want to speed up the process?
Was that was a fight? We have to go. Oh no, we can't. Umbrellix has this huge blobs don't like getting rushed, and he goes. But we have to go as quick as we can. Whew. We're halfway done. This needs to be done correctly. As fast as you can, Crystal, and we keep making sure all of the systems are shut down.
If you're trying to accelerate, I need a check from you.
I'm trying to accelerate. That's boxcars.
Oh, excellent. Yeah, so you finish off the server room and all the main components, and you've got everything stacked out and ready. Because that's going to be a critical for you, isn't it? That's going to be a 16.
That is a 15, which is still 6 over an 8.
Yep. Okay. So you finish up doing that whole room, and everything's laid out and ready to go for a rapid reboot. And you can move on to whatever your next area you're going to go to is. And we're going to go up to the cannon again. You guys kind of got your sight back. You are now under fire. Small arms, luckily, because heavy weapons would be very bad at this point for you guys. And you hear Carl say, "Take another shot!"
Okay, so we end up getting back. I end up adjusting the aim just a little bit since we went right across the bow. And I am going to take another shot.
Okay. You're at a -2, by the way.
So same thing as 2. So just pure dice roll then.
Yep, it's just a pure dice roll.
11.
There we go. Okay, now roll those 2 dice again. So a 2DD means that 7 turns into 70. damage.
Nice.
And that is more than that little boat can take. So you fire the cannon, and this one hits. And you kind of, you turned and closed your eyes again. Oh, I need a reflex check to make sure you did that. I need one for Carl, too. I got him. He's 8. He just made it. You should have a +2 on your reflex check.
I got a 9 dice roll, +2 is 11.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you're good, and you turn back just in time to see that the round has went into the bow, bounced off the inside, and basically it's bounced around inside the nougaty goodness of the internals of the ship, and come out the aft of the ship. And you've hauled it. Pretty graphically, and it's going down quickly.
You sunk my battleship.
There is still small arms fire and people jumping into the water near your position.
We high five and then start probably heading back to the leaving the gun, getting out of gunfire since they had nothing else besides small arms.
Okay. Oh, damn it. Supposed to use that dice. That was how I was keeping track of how many little bots are there. Let's do this one. Oh, okay. Jasper takes a round. Jasper takes a round for... It's 7. He's not wearing armor. His endurance is 8. So he's down to 1 endurance. As he takes a bullet through the shoulder. You guys make your way back under the cover as, bing, 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 bing. Rounds are bouncing off. The entire boat rocks again from another shot. Hylar, you get above engineering. There are 2 of these little MFers that are trying to cut their way into the liquid hydrogen tanks.
No. That can't be good. Damn it, Captain. I'm a doctor, not an engineer. I'm gonna stab it with my sword. One of them.
Okay. For clarity, you're talking about your static blade.
For clarity, yes.
Okay.
I like how you asked that. Yeah, after clarifying that we were about in a hydrogen tanks.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It has a parry of 2.
Understood. 9 plus 2, 11.
-2 for the parry.
Okay, back to 9.
Okay. Roll your damage.
$11 damage.
Yep. You couldn't possibly have failed to kill it, but you do it with style. And because you did so much damage and you are so accurate with it, you don't detonate the tank it was trying to cut into. One of them is down. The other one skitters away and drops out of the vent, and it drops onto Marcus from the ceiling.
Rodeo style.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, it's right on his head. And it brings its little knife hand around and is about to try to drill that knife hand into Marcus's eye. Marcus, what do you do?
So it's on my head?
Yar.
I'm going to just lower my head and slam it into a wall.
I never would have called you doing that. That's so unpredictable. Go ahead.
I have horns and I will use them.
Go ahead and roll for that.
Big heavy metal riff as he's doing it.
Just not very well. I got a 5.
Ooh. Okay. Well, I'm going to roll its attack.
Yeah, buddy.
It missed. It rolled a 5.
Yes.
I don't know how it missed, but I guess you jostling around and ramming into the wall was enough to make it hang on for dear life instead of attacking. Okay. All right. Relix, you guys got the server room under control. What's going on next?
Server room's ready. Across the hallways, turn off all personal electronics devices.
Okay. Do you take one room and she takes another, or you guys go to the same room?
Split it up. You take one room, I take the next one.
All right, I'll roll for her. Okay.
Are we reconning or computers is in?
Yes.
All right. I reconned to 10.
Okay. You find all the electronics.
I computers is an 8.
You barely managed to get it all cut off and rebooted and, the things you got to do. But you did succeed. Jasper and Carl have gotten back up into the conning tower. Jasper's bleeding. Carl's going to try to do first aid. Carl does not actually have first aid, but he's going to try to do it because he's here and you're injured. Carl fails to successfully do first aid on Jasper. What does Jasper do during this turn?
It's A for effort. A for effort.
Hey man, if you don't roll, you can't win. And in that scenario, you only have 60 seconds to do it anyway.
Okay, so I am just gonna I got shot in the arm. So I'm actually just gonna take off my belt and tie off my arm and try to stop the bleeding.
Okay. It's more on your shoulder, but I get the point. You're trying to do your own first aid on yourself. I'm gonna say that's why Carl fails, is because you're trying to first aid while someone else is trying to first aid. So you guys interfere with each other, and that's why you're still bleeding.
Okay, so since that doesn't work, that's the reason. Is there any weapons up here? Do we have anything?
No, there's the armory's downstairs, and no weapons are allowed on the boat unless the captain authorizes them, which the captain has authorized them, so you could go to the armory and get some, but you'd have to abandon your post up here.
And our communications are gone.
Well, yes. I mean, you probably could have said, hey, we're being boarded by an enemy vessel before you cut those off, but
hindsight,
It wasn't hindsight for most of us.
Well, no, it's... Okay. Thank you. Okay, anyway. So, I'm actually going to hang out here. I'm going to send Carl, since he's not injured, he's going to head down to talk to the captain.
Okay.
The captain knows what the situation is.
Carl's like, are you sure you're going to hold him off while I run down to the bridge? Maybe I should hold him off while you run down to the bridge. You're injured.
Hold him off with what? We don't have guns. We don't have anything. All we can do is just close off the top hatch up here and...
I mean, he's holding a wrench, like he's going to do something. He's like, you have a point. And then he goes down the thing towards the command center. Okay. My music stopped. Okay. Who hasn't gone? Whose turn are we on? Is this top of the round? I think it's top of the round.
You should
Top of the round.
Okay. What are you guys doing?
What's the count, Marcus? There were 3, and I got 3, right?
Oh, there's
Are there
one on my
5?
face. Like, I can't do math right now. There's one literally on my face.
Can't do math right now. There's one on my face.
You need to take care of that then, I guess.
Yes, I concur. I'm gonna reach up and see if I just grab the thing and get it off of my head.
Give me a grapple check.
Yeah,
It rolled boxcars.
I totally have this. I mean, that's close. 10.
Okay.
Still not scars though.
It doesn't have enough to win decisively, so it can't throw you, which, that would have been an interesting thing to have it do. It is going to try to do its standard melee attack. Oh shit, it rolled a boxcars again. These are real dice, so they can get like that. It only does 3 damage though.
I'm unconscious.
You're not wearing any armor?
No, I jumped out. I started all this in my bed.
When I went to the armory, and
You
I pulled
laid
the
out
armor
2
out,
pieces of armor.
and I said, "Hey, I need to get equipped." You didn't grab that armor?
Yeah, I totally grabbed that armor.
Sweet, excellent, good deal.
Knows answer when told.
That's protection +1, so you still take 2 damage.
Still unconscious.
Still unconscious.
I only have 1 hit point.
I know. You have 1 hit point until unconscious.
Yes.
Yeah.
There's
Okay.
so many options.
Okay. Hylar, you watch this thing stab him in his little injured brain, and it basically starts squeezing his skull, and he falls unconscious. And you might want to get down there. But that'll have to happen. Oh, no, wait, it is still your turn because you have not gone yet.
Yeah, I haven't gone. I'm gonna try to exit the vent and drop on top of this thing that's on top of Marcus.
Excellent. Give me whatever check you think works for that.
I don't think there's skill for awesome.
Ah, there's
There's
plenty.
a slinky dexterity-based attack, right?
Sure.
Come on! Alright, rolled a 6. We're gonna say that this is, well, this is a...
It's a melee
Wait.
natural check.
Yeah. Yep, okay. Melee natural check. Shit.
Don't forget your strength bonus.
Yep.
Or dexterity
Yep.
bonus.
Right.
Because your claw. And also, when you're doing damage, although it won't apply here because you won't need it. But when you're doing damage with your with your claw, you add your damage modifier to your hit and to your damage.
Ah, okay. So I rolled a 6 plus 2 is 8.
Okay, that's a hit.
And then it's just the claw, so I think it's just a d6.
I think that is correct. Plus your strength modifier.
Excellent, it's a 7. 7 damage.
That's 4 more than you needed. So you kill it. Marcus is laying on the floor, all unconscious. His head's bleeding.
I'm gonna have to medicine him next round, I guess.
Okay. It's got 60 seconds. You got plenty of time. Okay. Carl's gotten down here. They're having a conversation. But, no players are present for it. So there's that. Bralix.
Bralix pops out of there.
I think I got everything. Some people are going to be unhappy because I didn't know how to remove the hard drive from some of the... You know what? Never mind. We'll talk about it later.
Yep. Keep going. I got the thing. You get the. I got the kitchen. You get the electron.
Give her the big briefing room. That's
No. Switch. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's so funny. Oof. I don't know how to do this, Bralix. You hear from across the hall. She rolled a 3.
Now she's part of the team.
Okay. Odovs, Jasper's up here bleeding. Is the door still open or did you cinch it shut?
It's been cinched shut.
Okay. Let me roll a couple things. You're looking out the portholes. Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay, I have a 6. Now, I have down about his recon checks. Was perception the same thing with the +1?
Yep.
So he has an intellect of 1, perception, so it's a +2?
Yeah.
Okay, so 8.
Okay. You see out on the deck, 2 of the enemy have managed to scramble up from the sinking ship onto the side of the boat. And they run up towards the big gun. And they start doing something with it. And, Hylar, what are you doing?
Now I'm gonna do my medicine check.
Okay.
Live, buddy.
I got an 11.
All right, that gives him back 3 hit points from first aid. I think he's better off than he was before he got hurt.
The best I've been in a couple weeks.
All right.
Sweet, I'm awake.
All right, we need to find more skitterers. And I think Jasper's got the gun. He was shooting, but he stopped shooting. I don't know what's going on.
And we don't have comms.
We were told to turn them off.
Yep. Alright, then nobody's come screaming to us. We trust the rest of the crew to do their thing. And we keep hunting skitterers.
All right. I guess I'm going back in the vent.
Don't worry, you can drop another one on my head. I feel better than before it happened.
If we keep this math up.
To use the engineering access to go back in, which tunnel do you go to?
Probe room. We'll just go up the other side of the ship here.
Yeah, so we came down one side already. We're going to go up the other side.
Okay. Okay. There is a skitterer that is... This one has 2 little tentacles in the damaged probe from the probe racks from your guys' diving mission that is doing something to it.
It's down in the room itself.
Yeah, it's like hanging from the ceiling, and as Marcus walks, so you can both see it, but from different angles. It's like hanging from the ceiling. It's got 2 of its little tentacles in the damaged probe.
Marcus, get it.
I'm gonna go tag it. Sword swing. Monday today. I will roll. That is a 7.
That's a miss. It retracts and slides up into the vent as you make your attack.
Your turn, Marcus. Marcus. Your turn, Hylar. You got my head real good.
Yeah, he really got you.
Have an out-of-body experience.
If it's up in the vent with me now, I'm gonna take my turn to stab at it.
Okay.
Stabity death. I rolled a 5 plus 2, 7. Not enough.
The story of today's session is the number 7.
Well,
Brought to you by 7.
it rolled a 6, so its counterattack is just as ineffective. Competency all the way across. Braylix. You hear the cry from Crystal of, I don't know how to do this! As you're doing your job.
Yep. Kitchen, I got a 9 for perception, or no, an 8 for perception, 9 for computers, and I run back out and I go, go to the next one, the place where we eat. As I start
The
looking
place
at
where you eat is the place you just came from.
Oh man, the table, briefing room.
You're in the briefing room.
Is there a?
You
what
can
is
just
this place?
hold your little marker over the door.
Oh, I can't see the door from my side. Go to the game room.
She goes in there. There's only a table. She successfully disables the table. Okay. Up top, Jasper is looking out the window, and these guys are doing something to this gun. What do you want to do, Jasper?
Well, I've already closed the door here. There's nothing else really to close. These are just portholes, right? So I want to be able to go over to one of the portholes and get a better look and see what they're actually doing.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a recon check. Okay. So as you get up there, you see what they've tried to do is turn the gun back towards the con tower, but the barrel's too long and it won't do it. So now they're strapping a grenade to the magazine.
Oh, great.
Okay.
You know,
Just whenever.
What was that, Ghost?
oh, I was asking Thodubs to stop them. You know, just whenever he feels like it.
So I'm down to 1 health, and yeah, I want to look inside here, see if there's some kind of wrench or some kind of weapon that I can use to actually club these guys.
Huh? There are scuba gear, scuba tanks. Weapon-wise, the closest thing would be if you roll a luck roll. You guys may have accidentally stashed a spear gun in here.
Oh, I did make 5 of those.
Okay, with my luck. Well, what does Jasper have for luck?
He's using your luck modifier. Luck follows the player, not the character.
Copy. So 8.
Okay, there is a spear gun in here.
And 1 spear.
And 1 spear. That is correct.
All right, I'm going to go over to the door. I'm going to open that up, and I'm going to shoot one of these guys.
Oh yeah, be a hero.
Okay. I'm going to definitely let you do that this turn because we're at the bottom of the round anyway, so we'll just have you go first in the next round. So you pop the door open, you swing out. I was about to say, do you stay at the door or do you run up? Is the next question.
I'm going to run up where I can actually get in a good range of these guys and take care of business.
All right, so another follow-up question. Are you charging directly at them and you're not going to stop when you fire, or are you going to stop and fire?
I am going to stop and fire.
Going to stop and fire. Okay. Let me give you his stats for shooting real quick. He has gun combat slug 1, and he has... So technically he has a dexterity of 1, so it's not on the sheet. And that is the only other thing that... So he has a +2 to this.
All right. Oh, gosh. A 5.
Okay. I need to roll something. High or low, Thodubs?
High.
Okay. So you yell, "Suppressing fire!" and then close your eyes and pull the spear gun as you're running towards them. As you stop and do it, and it causes them to dive for the deck. It's very fortunate that the spear misses the magazine by a very small margin, because if that magazine goes off, it is going to do a combined of 6 DD damage to this boat.
Wait, I thought he had 6 and he's fired 2 shots. Oh, but never mind. I'm sorry.
4.
Math is math.
Sorry, I did it wrong. It's 8 DD. Thanks for calling out that. It's twice as... It's 2 more than you thought.
No
it's
problem,
2
yeah.
2 DD per shot available.
Teacher, more homework, please.
Indeed.
You don't even feel it after the 6th DD anyway.
Right? Like, it is a difference. It makes no difference. So, okay. I think we're back to Hylar and them. Great job, Jasper. You're gonna need to follow up with some Rambo-esque shit in a minute.
This thing died, right? The one that was messing with the probe?
Oh, I fucked up. Jasper would have also found a diving knife, because knives are not considered to be a weapon that needs to be kept in the armory. So there would have been diving knives up here with the scuba gear. So he probably has a simple dagger.
Gotcha there.
Sorry. Hylar, go ahead.
What was the outcome? I killed this thing, right? The one with the probe?
No, nobody killed anybody. It was gross incompetence all around. Wasn't that?
Oh, right.
Wasn't
Everybody
that?
missed.
Yeah, everybody
Everybody
missed.
That's right. I'm gonna try to stab at it again.
Okay.
That's the one. 12.
There we go. You have enough effect to kill it, so you don't have to roll damage if you don't want.
Excellent. I'm gonna do that. And then precisely, so I don't do any damage to this up.
Okay. Marcus.
Just for Security's sake, I'm going to cut the probe he was messing with in half.
Okay, you're going to permanently disable that probe. It's an expensive bit of insurance, but I would do that if I were in your shoes.
Totally cut in half.
Yep. Those probes are 20k a piece, but you know what? The sub is worth a lot more as a total thing. Okay, you guys don't know what conversation that's been had, but it's almost done. Braylix.
Relics rolled a 12 and then an 8 to clear out the electronics in the big presentation room.
Okay, where are we going next? I got the game room. It's only the game table.
Great. And then follow me, and I sprint towards the captain's quarters. Or not the captain's, but the bridge.
Okay. As you're running that way, Crystal's going, why are we going back towards the bridge?
Captain, how much stuff have you shut off, or do we have to clear the bottom too?
Crystal's like, oh my god. Yes, we have to do everything. We have to go to the bottom. Like, and just like, everything here's done. We're all waiting on you. Do you need more help? I can send someone else. Actually, no, she can't say that because she's got real shit to worry about, and her and Carl have run to the armory. So you would only find Jill on the bridge.
Oh, it's still going. And then we go down these stairs to the front.
Okay, you take that access way down. Excellent. Okay, give me a perception check.
Snake eyes.
Okay, as you're coming through, a small spider bot launches itself from the stairwell onto your little head. Unfortunately, it only does a 5 in its attack, so it latches onto you, but it doesn't hurt you. It is latched onto your skull, though. What would you like to do?
I'd like to fight it off.
I would like to see you do that as well. Let's see if you can go unconscious the third time in the session.
Don't have the skills to do anything. It's on top. I'm going to try to just like grapple it. I'm excreting a lot more saliva from my skins, and
I like
grapple.
Okay, it rolled a 6.
I rolled a 3 minus my 3 is a 0.
Okay, I was going to give you a +1 for this excreting thing, so it's a 1, but that's still a lot less than a 6. So it stays grappled to your head. I'm going to say that Crystal, with no other weapon available, swings her data pad as a blunt object down on your head, trying to smash this thing. She rolled an 11. She smashes it completely and totally onto your head. I'm not going to render you unconscious, but man, I'm so tempted to do it. And she's like, got one! She has broken her data pad.
And it like releases its little tendrily things and falls down my back. We still have work to do. That is, thank you. You saved my life, probably.
She's like, oh, I've had this data pad since I was 14. She's all heartbroken. You guys run off, continue to do your work. And let's see, has everyone gone this round? Or have we not done? I think we've done everybody, right? No, we haven't gone back up here to talk to Jasper yet. Jasper, we've got a Kniffy, an empty spear gun, and 2 baddies who've dove to the deck but now realize that you are not armed anymore because you've shot your spear.
But I've got a Kniffy.
So you're gonna charge him with it?
Yeah, so
Yep.
I'm just going to go off to the closest guy here, and I'm just going to go after him with this knife.
Okay, that is an option. You may also throw a dagger. It can be used as a ranged weapon if you want to. It's still it's still a melee check for him to do
What are
it.
his stats for blade?
So for blade it is 0 plus a dexterity because you can use dexterity or things. So that gives you a +1.
Yep, got it. Okay, so we're going to do the charge and stab.
Okay, so you charge the first one and try to stab him.
And we got a 7.
As you get right up to him, he's blatantly a sailor. He's wearing a Unity cloth sailor uniform. He's not one of their big troopers. He's a volunteer from their militia, almost certainly. And he's able to deflect away as you get right up to him. So you're kind of in a knife fight, but none of you have done damage yet. But you're 2-on-1 here at the gun. And I think that concludes this round. Oh, I didn't do my civilians. So, that's going to happen. You don't know that yet, but that's going to happen. Okay. Hylar and Marcus.
All right, moving on.
Yeah, I'm trying to count in my head how many we've done as I move through the vents.
We got one in the 1, 2, 3, 4 that we've done.
And then Anja got one, and Bralix got one.
Yes.
That's
But we
how I
don't know.
remember it too.
Wait, I know Anja. Do we know Brelix?
We do not know.
Okay, right on.
That's how he's going to tell the story anyway. So, okay. You go into this room. You're above the storage room, the maintenance room, and there is nothing that you guys find in here. But you do spend a turn searching it. Bralix, how do you guys do this?
Crystal, you don't have a tablet anymore?
No, I don't have a data pad. I sort of smashed it. I can still turn power off on things though.
Yep. Your job is now to just get everything and turn it off, and remember which rooms you turned everything off on.
Okay, which one do you want me to go to first?
Storage room.
She goes to the dry goods room and looks around, realizing there is not a single electronic device in the dry goods room.
Brelix goes into the deep sea dive room. Search is a 10. Computers is a 11.
Okay. We're back to Jasper again. Jasper, you are in this knife fight.
All right, I've got both these guys on me, I'm assuming. So I got the one who's grappling with me. The other guy knows it's what's happening, and I'm just fighting for my life. I'm gonna start swiping at him some more with this knife.
You're in melee range of both of them, so you can make your decisions on that. You also still have the spear gun if you want to try to parry with it or use it for anything creative.
Oh, definitely. I want to use it for a club. Start clubbing these guys.
Okay. So, are you trying to do because the dual wield rules are something that Ronan and I talk about. The dual wield rules in this game are a little funky. So, if you describe what you're trying to do, I'll give you the checks you need to make for it.
Okay, so I'm not going to dual wield. I'll put the knife back. Since I have the spear gun that I'm using as a bludgeon weapon,
Mm-hmm.
I just going to start swiping at these guys. Again, my goal is to get them off the ship or knock them out.
Oh, you just want to knock them out. Okay. Yeah, okay. So you baseball bat this thing. then just give me a bludgeon attack for one or the two of them. It's still a 0. He doesn't have a melee. He has an unarmed, but not a melee.
Gotcha. Dex is still 1, though, right?
Yep, Dex is still 1.
Gosh, 5.
Okay. Yep. Fatty numero uno does not hit. Fabry numero deuce also does not hit. They rolled the exact same thing. Neither of them hit, so you are juking, jiving, and parrying. And it is looking pretty grim, though. And then you hear Anja and Carl come out. And there is a just chattering of auto fire as 2 auto pistols open up over your shoulder. Neither of them hit you, luckily. Neither of them hit the gun, luckily. Unfortunately, neither of them hit either of the baddies, either. But you now have reinforcements.
Sweet.
Hylar. Hylar Marcus.
Yep, I'm gonna continue this way, I guess, in the vents.
Okay. You're
Nothing
above.
over here.
You're above the what do they call it? The sound shack. And basically, this is a super high tech sonar system. It's used. Well, it's intended for you doing underwater surveys, which is part of the vessel's original intent. But it happens to also be excellent at intelligence gathering purposes. The problem is that it has no vents because it is a self-contained, baffled, like there's sound padding everywhere, and it's basically its own little bubble around a very delicate set of some sort of super sci-fi sensor crystals that are able to do deep scans. It's not a sonar for the purposes of navigation or looking for other boats as much as it is like a terrain mapping tool. But it's a very delicate piece of equipment, and it does occur to Marcus as he steps in here that I don't think any of you guys have ever come in this room.
Nope.
No, we haven't.
But the vent thing is going to be a problem for Hylar because these 2 rooms don't have vents.
Oh.
So do you like come out into the hallway, or what do you do here?
Yeah, I'll have to go up a floor then, I guess.
Or go back to the hole in the wall that was cut for the probe rack.
Right.
Squeeze your way out through that hole it cut.
Okay.
All right. So you kitty cat, because kitty cats can get through holes that, they shouldn't be able to get through. You catch up with Marcus, and you're also now catching up with Braylix and Crystal as they come out of their rooms. So you are all together. Braylix.
We have to turn off all of the electronics. We're going around room by room by room. I'm like trying to reboot them. Did you get all of the skittery things?
We got 4 skittery things, and Anya got a skittery thing.
Crystal hit one off of my head. She broke her tablet, and I instead up on the stairwell. So that's 5. Is that enough?
That's 6.
6, yeah.
Is that it?
How many did we think? I thought we only saw 2 empty casket things.
You did only see 2 out of 6 empty casket things. That is correct.
That doesn't mean that we didn't see a whole, that means there may be more, because they could have 6.
When Braylix looked at it, there were 5 empty casket things and 1 that was halfway done.
That means maybe the 6 were released and they're about to release another 6.
It means we continue searching.
All right, so who's going into what room?
I gotta go turn off the computers in the sound check.
Okay.
Sound check.
This one is a much more delicate piece of equipment, so you're going to need 12s to do this without damaging the very, very sensitive sensor suite. Hylar, sees Marcus dip in here. Crystal opens this door and goes, ah! And jumps back as 2 of these little spider things jump out at her. The scrubber room is an absolute disaster area in the back. They've been cutting their way through the CO2 scrubbers.
Fuck. So anyway, I start hitting things when I can.
Okay. Go ahead.
Nine.
Okay. You don't need to roll damage if you want because you can't possibly do a small enough number to not kill it. You crush one.
Excellent.
Marcus, do you run out here and help?
Yep. Hearing the scream, I come charging out and see as Hylar splits one in half. I see the other one skirting around, chasing Crystal around. I'm going to charge up and whack it with a sword.
Okay. Do it.
Will I? Will I do it? I haven't hit anything with a sword yet. Except now. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's a 9.
Okay. So you
That's
can't
enough.
possibly not do enough damage to kill it, so you kill it.
Yeah.
So you smash that one. You guys all get a look inside the atmospheric reclamation room. The computer console is just a rat's nest of pulled out sparking wires, and all of the filters have like been plasma cut, and like it's the whole room is just trashed.
Well, that sucks.
Okay. Jasper.
So I am just got bullets flying around everywhere. So I am actually gonna hit the deck plate and start heading towards the people with the guns.
Oh, you're gonna arm crawl? You're not gonna try to like do any ground fighting there? I understand hitting the deck. That makes a lot of sense. But you're sure crawling back is the best move?
Yes, that's what we're gonna do.
Okay. Give me a dexterity roll.
So Dex is 8.
Okay. You hit the deck, and they unload even more rounds over your shoulder. At those two guys who unload rounds back, and there is a very ineffective firefight happening directly over your head, where nobody's hitting anybody. How many rounds does this thing hold? Okay. It's not automatic, so that's plenty. Alrighty. I'm going to speed this up a little bit. Alright, there we go. That's one. That's the other. Eventually, the firefight on the deck dies down with all of the good guys standing. Jasper and Carl have been hit. Not additionally, Jasper's just got his original hit. And the bad guys are all dead, and no more appear to be scraping on the boat of the on the surface of the ship. And the other boat has completely sunk. You guys finish clearing out the compartments. There are no more skitterers to be found. And I'll take an average computer's check from Braylix to finish doing the wipe of everything.
That's an 11.
Okay, with an 11, you eventually get through everything. It actually takes you 3 or 4 attempts to reboot everything without it, because you forget that the armory door is a computer. But eventually, you find all the computers, shut everything down, rebuild everything from firmware, and the boat comes back online, having been basically fully reinstalled, and it takes you approximately 5 hours to do everything. Everyone is exhausted. Medical care is needed for many, and Garrett has been in the cryo the entire time.
Safe and sound.
Mm-hmm.
That was the other computer we forgot about.
Oh shit! Yeah, we're gonna have to turn it off.
What about asking teacher for additional homework? Was that
Oh,
Because I really do need you to roll that now. So you need to come in here, and the only way to cut it off is to take Garrett out of it. And there's
Alright,
and,
so yeah, if it's
and there's
the
no
last
there's no
thing.
computers, so there's no medical suite.
Right.
So it's just your skills.
It's okay. I roll boxcars.
Excellent. That is fortunate. So you pull Garrett out. You only needed a 6 to pass. He's in really rough shape. He's in fact having a heart attack and needs emergency medical surgery, and there are no computers.
Okay, hold on. So do we have a battery operated EAD thing that would
AED?
fix his arrhythmia? Yeah, an
Yeah,
AED?
there absolutely was right there on the medical lab station. It is the thing that I thought. So when this scenario was sketched out, the scene for Garrett, let me tell you how I envisioned it as a GM. He was going to realize that he's locked in the room and having a heart attack. He's going to say, I'm in the med bay. Obviously, there's an AED or an adrenaline pen or something in here that I can administer to myself to stop this heart attack. And that there was going to be this really dramatic scene. And instead, he's like, well, shit, I can't do any of that. I'm going to hit the door button.
Door button twice.
Oh, wait, there's a cryo thing. I'm just going to jump in that. Now, it's like, you can't predict the players. Like, you can't do it.
So there is one in here, and I'm going to hook it up to my patient. And then if there's a good arrhythmia or, whatever, I'm going to shock the shit out of him.
Okay. Go ahead and roll your medical check.
Clear.
Oh, yeah. You're crushing
yeah.
his medical rolls.
Those are good. 12.
So you hit him like 3 times in a row. He's still having issues. Then you realize, well, duh, the virus was trying to kill him. It must have given him something when it was in control of the bed. And since you rolled a 12 and you've rolled a couple of really good medical checks, I'm just going to give this to you. He's not having a heart attack because he's an old man with high cholesterol. He's having a heart attack because the medical bed injected stuff into him to stop his heart. So
Right.
you end up giving him counter drugs and getting his system flushed out, and eventually Garrett stabilizes and comes back, and you've rolled a 12, so he's going to recover on top of his normal recovery 4 more hit points.
Hey, how you feeling, buddy?
a little better. What the hell happened?
Well, you were dying, and
Yeah, it was like
So-
a heart attack.
yeah, well, technically it was poison. I'm gonna look into what actually was injected into you, but I think it was a cocktail of fuck your shit up, and it fucked your shit up. So
Yeah,
you're lucky to be alive. It was very quick thinking to go ahead and freeze yourself like that.
Well, gosh, that's comfort. I'm so glad you guys found me.
You've also missed some other stuff, but we're getting through it. We're right now kind of just at float, so everything's kind of turned off. And I don't know if you're gonna just rest here for a little bit, or if you want to, get up and help. But it's okay if you want to rest.
Well, am I able to get up and help out? I feel a lot better.
You did just have a heart attack, brought on by the cocktail of drugs that the table mixed with a virus running the table.
I
It's all
imagine
been kinda
Braylix
crazy.
is running around just pulling hard drives out of everything while you're saying this.
All right, I will sit here for a few minutes and make sure I feel a little better, and I'll probably get up and when I feel better, but I'll hang out for a bit.
Okay. Glad you're alive, buddy.
Hey, thank you for saving me.
So we got more sweeps to do, or we're done. We're done.
No, we're done.
You're done with the sweeps. You can narratively say you can make a couple more if you want, but you don't need to do any rolls for them. You did get them all, metagame. But I could totally see you guys being like, maybe we'll check one more time. Like,
Right. Being super
Oh yeah, no. We would
And then
totally be super paranoid because we still have to, like, once we get all the electronics back on, we still have to turn on the engines and submerge the ship, and then try to figure out how we're gonna fix the
Scrubbers.
air circulation and the medical system, and we're pretty banged up. And we should probably go disarm grenades or whatever we're trying to be, and make sure the gun is still just repairing stuff. We need to repair stuff.
Well, the grenade part has already been taken care of. Luckily, because Jasper was brave enough to make that run, he interrupted them. That's what all the rolls were for, before they could actually prime the grenades. So you just picked up a few free grenades.
Good job, Jasper. You
Jasper
stopped them.
also really hurt. Been shot.
He should make his way down to the medic bay.
He will make his way down to the medical bay. And he's like, when he gets there, he's like, Garrett, I thought you were dead. Like,
I almost was.
we all thought that, like, up on the bridge, because nobody told us what was going on and you weren't here, that they had gotten to you.
They who?
Oh, the robot virus thingies. Oh my god, they were terrible. And then we got boarded. Yeah.
Holy hell! What the hell? Ah, jeez. So you got those little the skitter, the little spider things, right?
Yeah, and then he points to the big hole above the cryo berth. It's like, I think what burned through there, I'm amazed it didn't get you.
Gosh, holy shit, man! You just put me back in the low berth, man. This is scary. That's all the stuff that happened. That's jeez. I'll have to catch up with you guys later and just make sure I get, fully briefed.
So,
Jasper's got a bullet wound. I'll catch up with you later.
hey, Jasper's not leaving the infirmary. He's injured. He's waiting.
hanging
He's
out
waiting.
there
He's
for a
waiting
bit.
for doctor's care.
That was me trying to remember which character I was.
Yep. Well, in this session, that can be fun because two of you played Jasper. Like,
Man's been through a lot tonight.
yeah,
He fell off a boat.
you did fall off a boat.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I think after all of that, I'll tend to people if you guys tend to machinery.
Yeah, I think it's coming back up. Third time's a charm, as they say. Also, I think I turned off all the computers this time. Hey, do you remember the door was a computer?
No.
I didn't either. And reboot.
And the boat comes back online.
And there was much rejoicing.
And there was much rejoicing. There's power. Somebody's got to redo the lubricant and hydraulics, but you guys are going to be ultimately able to get that running. Now, the scrubber room, that's going to be a whole different story.
Yep.
We're gonna have to use the fabricator to make and replace parts, right?
That is a good plan. But I was waiting for you guys to make a plan.
We need to fix the fabricator first.
What happened to the fabricator?
I totally chopped its power cables up.
And in the grand scheme of things, we can just rewire a power cable.
Yep. That's actually,
so bad.
it was the most effective way of cutting it off. Like, because that is literally just, oh, well, it needs a new power cable. Like, it's so easy. Okay.
All right, so can I try to medicine a Jasper?
Yes.
See if we can get him back up and running. Worst medicine roll of the night with a 5.
Yeah, it doesn't quite cut it. He's like, ow, doc, ow, ow.
Sorry, it's a bullet. I'm trying to get it out. I've already given you... Oh, shit, you're right. No, I haven't given you any medicine. I'm sorry. Sit back down. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. It's okay. I hit him with a local.
He's like,
Here, just
that's much better. Ow.
Yeah, there we go. Now I can start digging around in there.
I don't know if I like the sound of that, Doc.
Shh, it's okay.
Just let it happen. It's so good. Yeah, so who's gonna do the fabricator stuff? Also, who's collecting weapons and armor and putting them back away? Because, still not supposed to be running around with all that.
I will collect all the weapons and armor. I can do that.
I will start rewiring a fabricator, an electronics workbench.
Okay, they have an electronics kit that you guys can use, which you will need because the electronic workbench is sort of out of commission right now. Somebody cut his power cord.
That guy?
But they do have an electronics kit in storage somewhere. Electronic toolkit.
Found it. There's also a mechanical toolkit. That might have been helpful.
Sure was.
It might
So-
still be helpful.
I believe toolkits give you a +1 or a +2 or something. So, go ahead and do your rolls.
I'm mechanicing this back together.
Yes. I believe that's how that works. You get a +2 from the kit. And, whatever your stats are.
Come on, dicey dice. I rolled a 4. -3 +2 for a -1, +2 for a total of a +1 for a 5.
Okay. Well, that electronics workbench is not going to be working in the foreseeable future. You gonna try your luck on the fabricator?
Are comms working again? I'm gonna push the comms button. I'm gonna say, can who is my friend with me? Can Kathy come take a look over my shoulder?
Who's
Make sure
Kathy?
I don't. It wasn't Jill. It wasn't Anja.
Crystal?
Crystal. She saved my life. Broke her tablet.
Sure did. She doesn't have the mechanic skill.
Yeah, I just want her to make sure I'm doing everything, and I'm putting the red to the red, the black to the black, the white to the white, because you got to rewire it the right way. And
You want to push the roll?
yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, go ahead. Push the roll.
that's worse.
The fabricator is
I
completely,
know.
or sorry, the electronic workbench is completely destroyed, inoperable, and cannot be repaired with what's on hand.
I
It's
put
just a
everything
plug.
nice and in order, and I explain how there are 35 servos in here, and those 35 servos needed maintenance. And then I turn around to the back and go, "Oh, they just cut the wire." And then I fix the wire part, and then I look back at the electronics workbench, and I realize fuck.
And the whole time, Crystal was like, "Are you sure you should be doing this? That doesn't look right."
Well, you have to take the front plate off so that you can count the servos that are running this part, and then you've got a whole bunch of capacitors in here, and those capacitors need maintenance every now and then. And the electronics cooled kit says that if I just make sure that everything is lubricated, and then I rush off the corrosion, then everything will be good. And, I cracked that one. That one's not usable anymore. Oh, what about these buttons? Do we really need all of these buttons? I could just take those out, and I can weld and then solder those other parts back together. Okay. Well, this one doesn't work anymore. Can we fix the fabricator now? And I turn around with the same amount of glee and enjoyment, and I go, "Let's fix the fabricator."
Crystal's like, "I don't know if maybe we should get somebody else to look at the fabricator. Since, we need that if we're going to breathe."
we'll find somebody who's more adept to fixing fabricators. I mean, theoretically, I understand how to fix it. But no, you said let's go find somebody else. And I like longingly look at it to maybe want to take it apart, and then I walk out the door and I go find the captain.
Okay, you go find the captain. Anja has a bandage over her neck and the side of her face from where she was cut. She's sitting in her command chair. Carl is at the helm. Jill is at the weapons system. And when Crystal gets up here, she heads over to the engineering and sensor station and takes her seat.
Captain, the electronics workbench is pretty broken, and I went to go start fixing the fabricator, and I don't think I'm the right swap for the job. Can I sit in for anybody else? Which one of you are the best at like the mechanically inclined things? Because I don't think that I'm the right person for this job.
I'm just like, we don't really have a proper mechanic. I have some basic rudimentary knowledge, and so does Carl. Carl, you can go take a look at it if you want. And he's like, sure, I'll have a look at the electronics thing in the fabricator, and he starts heading down there. And you can hear the profanity when he looks at the electronics assembly all the way up on the bridge.
I have a guy like you at work.
Don't we all?
Like, all you had to do was plug it in. I don't know why you took it apart.
It was right there. I said to fix the things, and step one was you open up the front part, and then you get overwhelmed by all of the different fabric stuff inside. And then you're like, oh, well, if just somebody else is here looking over my shoulder, I know that they're definitely going to tell me that I shouldn't keep doing this. But they just kind of watched me in awe as I continued to go deeper and deeper into the machine. And I eventually I found the problem.
Did you just blame Crystal?
No,
Yes,
no,
he did. No, he absolutely did. He's also now at the helm of the ship while he's saying all of this.
And with our comms back on.
Brelik's hot mic over.
Carl's like, Relix, I need you to program the fabricator to print new filters for the CO2 scrubbers and new housings, and I'll just send you a list. We're gonna need a bunch of raw materials, but I think you guys pulled enough up from the wreck that we can probably do it.
Programming, I can do that very well. Thanks.
Comes back up here to once again relieve you, play musical chairs, and then we zoom in on Marcus, who's been, big master at arms, sort of. He's collected the weaponry, he's put the stuff away, he's inventoried it all up, he's resealed the armory so that only the captain can open it again. Done a pretty efficient job at all that. Now what's he gonna do?
Secured all the weapons and whatnot back in the armory. I'm gonna go get a sandwich.
Yeah, if you say that to Anja, or you just say it to yourself?
I totally said it to Captain.
She's like, oh, we could all use a sandwich.
Okay, I'll make sandwiches.
That's the best.
I'm gonna come over here and make sandwiches and deliver them to all the people.
Garrett, are you just watching Jasper get tortured by Hylar? What's Garrett doing?
So I'm actually thinking this is pretty funny because I just witnessed, so Hylar he did all this awesome medicine stuff on me, and he didn't even give any sedative to Jasper yet, and all I could see was at the corner of my eye was Hylar taking his finger and just shoving it in the bullet hole, and
he's using his dew claw to dig it out.
Yeah, he's just like in there just digging this thing out, and I'm like, wow, this is I'm glad if he did that to me, I was just unconscious the whole time, or maybe he was doing really good, and I'm like start I'm like feeling a little queasy now because I'm like, oh, this is a little gross, and so I get up and decide to go for a walk and go to the bathroom.
Okay. So you're gonna go out into the ship and do things?
Yep, we're gonna stop by the bathroom first. We're gonna stop by the head, and then we're gonna start moseying around doing stuff. Probably heading to the galley, get something to eat.
Okay. I feel like we're all gonna end up in the galley. All right. Braylix is down here programming the fabricator. Give me computers checks.
There's a like written out list that's right there.
Mm-hmm. He sent it to your tablet.
That's 13 computers.
Excellent. So it starts cranking out parts, and it has a estimated time of completion of 1 day, 24 hours. Has anyone bothered to put the lubricant back into the screws so that the engines can start running again?
We have not done that yet.
So we're still basically dead at sea. And the sun's definitely coming up by this point.
I'm going to deliver my sandwiches to the control room. And then I'm going to... Captain, can I borrow Carl to go restart the generators and the engines?
That would be fantastic. I thought Hylar was helping you with that, but I guess we have so many wounded, he's probably overwhelmed. Yeah, Carl, go help Marcus. I'll take the helm. And you guys can mosey on down to engineering. Carl's like, I'm somehow becoming the ship's mechanic, and all I've ever done is work on motorcycles.
Yeah. All I've ever worked on is the ballasting of this ship, and that's worked out great.
Yeah. Righty tighty, lefty loosey, man.
Yeah. That's why I asked for help. I feel like I can pour lubricant into the tanks and whatnot, but let's look at the instruction book and we'll figure this out.
So he's basically just a 0 on the check, but you can give him an assist and get a bonus dice, and you can just do the checks.
Okay. Where's the bonus dice? Straight dice. Wow, I suck. 7.
Okay. Well, you don't break it any worse than it already is. Actually, you guys have a mechanics toolkit. That's a +2.
All right.
So
Survive.
you guys put the lubricant back in. You get the generators restarted. It takes you, because you're going to take your time and do this correctly, right?
That's the plan.
So it's 1d6 hours for you to complete the task.
This is where I roll high.
It will be. It'll be boxcar. Oh, no.
Aha, 1!
You guys are extra efficient. You get the thing fully lubed. You do have to use up, even though you guys reclaimed a bunch of the oil, lubricant, you do have to use up pretty much all the spare lubricant you guys have for the engineering section. But you get it up and running.
Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, man. We got to get those scrubbers working before we dive, though. I don't want to dive without those scrubbers.
I concur.
I suspect they're important. So, but at least we can start moving. And that is what starts happening, is immediately, as soon as the engines are back online, the captain is putting it in gear and getting up to cruise speed on the surface. Trying to put as much distance between this site of the, now sunken patrol ship and her submarine as possible.
Yeah, let's go, let's grab those parts as they come out and work on some scrubber stuff.
Okay. Anything else you guys want to do? Because you got a 24-hour gap here, too. And everybody's a little sleep deprived at this point.
Yeah, Carl, let's go take a nap. And wait for the parts to get done. Let's look at the book and figure out the repair procedures and
Yeah. Hylar and Braylix, what do you guys do during nap time?
I go make myself a cocktail of some uppers to keep me focused and awake.
Here we go. This is the beginning.
Yes, it is. I've been on a submarine for too long. I feel like going to sleep would be detrimental at a time like this. Somebody's going to have to keep watch. And I'm paranoid now of skitterers in the vents.
Yeah. Do you take a shift on the bridge and relieve one of them?
Yes, after making my cocktail of uppers, I will go to the bridge. Where's the bridge? There it is.
Who do you relieve?
Crystal.
Okay. Crystal is thankful for that. She goes back to the quarters and gets herself a nap.
Hey,
Braylix.
this all feels very familiar. Remember? Like, not just... We were up here at the beginning. Never mind.
Brelix comes up. He too feels really bad about the virus and then breaking the electronics workbench and becoming unconscious a lot. And he comes in and looks at the captain, who has a huge head wound, and says, I think you probably deserve a rest more than I do. Do you mind? Or would you like a rest?
She looks at you and says, how many times have you been unconscious in the past 24 hours?
3. 4.
Uh-huh.
No, 3.
So you think the best thing you can do for yourself is to stress your body while you're at the helm?
But how many head wounds do I probably still beat you in that one either? And he just continues to say, as he walks back and find an empty bunk and sleep a little bit.
Meanwhile, Garrett has made himself a couple sandwiches. And what you doing now?
So I'm actually interested, since I missed this whole extravaganza that was going on the ship while I was in the low berth and, dying and stuff. Have things actually been loaded up into the mission's computers where I can actually go through and over here, is this like a briefing room where I can actually get caught up?
Yeah, I think you could look through security stuff, and for as much of it is accessible, you would be able to do that. Obviously, it's not a military vessel, so we're not filing reports or anything, but there's enough sensor logs and such.
Okay, so I'm gonna go do that and just kind of relax with some, like my sandwich, and just kind of watch some video footage.
Okay. Okay, so that takes pretty much until the fabricator's done, and then the shifts change. Everyone who wasn't sleeping then goes to get some sleep. So Hylar, Anja, and Jill cycle off to go get some sleep. And Carl, Braylix, and Marcus are up. Garrett was kind of sleeping the whole time, so that doesn't really count. Jasper makes himself available. His shoulder is still pretty hurt, but he's like, one of you guys needs to start working on the scrubbers, and it probably shouldn't be me.
What is it gonna be?
Oh, he took Carl with him? Oh, Brelix is real sad.
Take Carl with me.
Okay. She gets your +2 for having the toolkit, and it is a long job.
Well, that's a 10.
Excellent. 2d6 for hours.
Not 12. Not a 12. 7.
All right, 7 hours, but you do get the scrubbers back online. And during that entire time, not once did I roll for the one remaining patrol boat to spot the submarine. So you guys managed to submerge, and you're back on course for Ironwoods, having successfully dealt with a just minor little infection. It's just a little, it's a little cold, a little computer cold.
Yeah.
I do have more, but I feel like that's where we should stop today because I only have about 20 minutes left, and that's not enough time to really get into the next part. What'd you guys think?
Totally not what I expected, but awesome.
Oh dear. I lived.
I was scared for everybody for a while there.
I'm healthier now than at the beginning.
I'm glad I didn't infect everybody's brains.
Yeah, that would have been really crappy. Have we learned about security now and not, tapping into things that could be dangerous? If we find a USB outside on the sidewalk, do we pick it up and plug it in?
We were trying to get good things, and the captain's tablet was there, and it shocked me, and I didn't immediately say, hey guys, I got a virus. I will do that anytime I touch a computer from this point forward.
Okay.
I was pretty amazed how that virus actually went through like everything, even like into, Garrett's body. I thought that was very interesting.
So while it does have a wireless transmit capability in the background, the reason you were hearing constant dice rolls was it actually had a really slow start, but eventually it was able to infect that loader droid. And that loader droid gave it mobility and the ability to access the fabricators and start printing its little disk droids, which then it used to infect every supposedly isolated system on the boat.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. It's actually the robots that allowed it to bypass most of the security. Because if you have physical access to the system, you own the system.
I thought it was pretty intense while we went through the whole, we were actually being, attacked, and then on, basically on a digital side and on a physical side at the same time.
Yep. That was
pretty slick.
So there was another thing that could have happened and very nearly happened. They had torpedoes. But because you were so late in spotting them, they decided that they could board. Like, if it had been a full-blown naval fight, you guys would have been in deep shit, because there was a world where you guys were going to have to try to run the engines, even in their terrible state, with no lubricant in, to try to basically take evasive action while trying not to burn out the engines, because you're going to be getting shot at. There was a world where there was a naval fight, and you guys would have been in deep, deep shit. But because you failed like 3 perception checks in a row, they got like right alongside and said, but we can take the boat intact. And that's what they tried to do. And that's actually what fucked them.
Oh, low rolls. Oh,
Yeah, like it's ironic, but it is the low perception rolls that fucked them. Because they then got themselves right up on you, and then very suddenly you've got a plasma cannon pointed at their bow. Also, there were 18 crewmen. 16 of them died in one turn. Just saying.
Damn.
Yeah.
Jesper, the mass murderer.
16 of them died in one turn.
I had a lot of fun. Thank you, guys.
I'm also curious, Ronan, what did you think? Like, you just said it wasn't what you thought. What did you think it was going to be?
I don't know. fix this up and then move towards the Ironwood scenario.
I mean, that was kind of in the plan. I didn't think this was going to take the whole session.
Yeah, it was well thought out story wise and mechanics wise.
Well, the mechanic stuff I mostly made up as we went along, just from experience. The story, I always sketch the story first, so that if I have nothing else coming into a session, I have like a timeline of what I think is going to happen. But I was really happy with this one. Also, I am, pleased that Kizik remembered that he had a friend. He could phone a friend to get some advice, because that kept him from making a couple of assumptions. I knew he was gonna leap to, like, oh my god, it's my brain, you have to blow my brains out to fix the problem. That's totally a conclusion Kizik would jump to, because he forgets
we would have done that.
Yeah, because he forgets we're playing a tabletop game together, and it's there's certain things that no matter what logical things happen, I'm never going to put a player in a position to have their own character have their brains blown out for that kind of stupid thing they can't control. Like,
Hylar threatened.
Hylar was happy about it. I mean, I did have a couple of scenarios in my head that didn't go out down exactly, like the medical bay scene with Garrett in the beginning. There were like 3 outs that I thought were going to happen, and I not one time did I go, oh, well, he'll just jump in the cryo too. Like, I didn't even think about that until the Dubs was like, well, there's this low birth. Because in my head, I'm like, yes, and it has, there's a medical check required to get you out of it and you're injured. I was very surprised by that. It didn't enter my mind. But then once he was in it, I was like, well, it's a good thing I'm letting him play NPCs this round, because he's going to be in there a minute. Because I knew right off the bat, I was like, Ghost is not going to pull him out during the fight. He's not going to risk having a medical emergency in the middle of like a big action where everyone else could die.
Well, an unknown medical emergency. He didn't even know what was going on.
That's
that was
right.
different than when he saw him last. So,
and he rolled really good on the medical check. So because there was also risk when you came out of him not figuring out that you had been drugged. But he rolled like box cars, and then it was like an 11 after that, and it was pretty good. So I'm also liking Dr. Hylar.
It is not something that I thought Hylar would become, so it's cool. I like it.
Oh man,
I'm like not the best doctor in the world though, so I don't know how long I'm going to keep you guys alive.
I'm pretty good so far. There was twice that we had almost TPK. One time was that torpedo attack that could have happened, but the other one was when Hylar went to go stab that bot right next to the liquid hydrogen storage. Because in my head, I was like, I'm only going to do it on a critical fail. But I did talk to him, like I did say, hey, that's a static blade. I did kind of lay it out there, and you acknowledged the danger, and then did the roll. And I was like, if he rolls Snake Eyes, it's TPK. Like, it's all right. Next session, we'll be rolling new characters. Like,
yeah, I'd be really sorry, you guys, but I'd do it.
Anyway, thanks for games, guys. I'm going to save this map off after I close everything. I did snap some pictures of some of the things you drew on here, Ghost. I'm going to try to make the map have, like, actual engines here. These are very pretty drawings.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, that'd be cool. Cool.
I need to pack. Anyway, everybody on stream, thanks for stopping by. See you next time.